We're in it. Hello, team. Welcome to another exciting episode of Tolst, the God War. How are you guys doing today?
Dandy, John.
All good.
Pretty good.
We're playing soft piano music to commemorate the loss of Aurelia and Rembrandt as John moves the camera to where the party currently is. But before John just sets the scene and we go hard, guys, you guys are really bad at telling me how you're doing, so I'm just going to skip it and just ask for a recap.
Aren't you going to tell us about yourself, John?
Oh
Yeah, what about
sure.
you?
Guys,
How are you doing?
I just played Deadly Dungeon for like 7 hours from like 9:30 my time to like 5 in the morning.
Jesus.
It was a little bit rough, but we did it. I was playing Diogenes of Sinope, a bard with 12 AC, and I survived. Well, I didn't survive. I died, but I died heroically, keeping the boss like locked in his place with our artificer, Devin K18, who plays as Igor in the Monday group. We heroically sacrificed for two players who had never played before, and they like moved a bunch of trash out of the exit and ran. Like literal garbage. And they ran to the exit and won. It was some dope shit. We did not expect to survive. We did not expect to even complete the floor. But we did it. We fucking did it. Skin of our teeth. Did anyone else do anything exciting at all?
My artificer character in another campaign upgraded to homunculus
Died?
from just... No.
He died?
John.
Wow!
No.
Good! What a hero! Oh
No.
my god.
The mute artificer Grease turned his homunculus into an eldritch abomination.
Nice.
It has feathers and fangs now and can make wind.
I can make
As a
one.
tiny
That's
creature.
Not impressive at all. Julia, anything cool with you?
I went on a hike and baked some peanut butter cookies.
It's more than what I'm doing.
I stole cookies. I mean, appropriated.
That's good.
No, I've been buried in working on my schoolwork now.
Yeah.
Haven't done anything fun in the last week.
I'm sorry. I'm glad to give you the respite you need and want. I'm sorry we had to promote you to Banana Man.
Just don't kill my character today.
I'll try
Yeah,
not
John,
to.
stop killing us.
Don't get your character killed. Temer, also known as player character Antoine, how are you?
I am good. I am very good. I didn't do much this week, but, that's the good thing.
It is a good thing. Now I need one of my two surviving players to give us a recap, rather than someone who died last week. I want to hear your perspectives. Who wants to do it?
We started by going to Gloopity, was it called?
Yeah, the sorcery school of Gloopity.
Yeah. We all walked up into the courtyard, and then me and Aurelia approached a group of stoners trying to find my frog sister. Got almost nowhere with them. Walked inside, found a bunch of children smoking pot being taught by some weird hippie man.
Yeah.
He basically told us to go to the admin desk, which is my original idea, until the voice in my head of God said, "Why would sorcerers have an admin desk? They're fucking sorcerers." Antoine took the pot away from the children. Aurelia stole pot from the children. There's a big difference there because Aurelia is smoking it. And then Paradigm just asked for a visitor ribbon. The others tried convincing them that they were drug dealers. Got nowhere with that, snuck in, found no drugs, and then went back out. And then me and Antoine talked to my sister about all the dumb, weird shit that's been going on with us. Yeah, I left there, went to find an apothecary. Found an apothecary. He was tripping out of his mind. Antoine was asking about the actual medicinal purposes of hallucinogenics. We asked him where the lich was. He basically told us what we already knew, in the mountains to the west. We went to the mountains to the west. Birds attacked us. I cast fog. more birds came out of the fog, tried to avoid the fog by going for everyone outside of it. And I dropped the fog, and all of a sudden, everyone's dead.
Is that how it worked? Does anyone want to add? Well, Antoine, do you
No,
want to
no,
add on to that?
no. There was a The fight went
Well-
on for a while. Antoine did a lot of web.
Well, they attacked first. Firstly, they attacked. Uh, they attacked us. The wizards first. Blinded me. Unfortunately, they kept blinding Rembrandt also, and I threw down a web, tried to hide behind it, and we were just so ineffectual trying to attack these guys. They were just keep blinding us. They downed Aurelia like almost immediately after that, and we couldn't get to Aurelia before she died. She literally died after like 3 turns, and after that, I suppose the 2 wizards ran. We ran for it. We're leaving Rembrandt webbed. Unfortunately, Antoine really feels bad for that one, and Aurelia's arm thing started getting really, really, really hot. My character doesn't know it, but Rembrandt tried to revive Aurelia, and that's when he found it getting really hot. And then it summoned a tactical nuke, which sent him and Aurelia to hell or somewhere. Who knows where they were sent? Also,
I burned
Randy.
the anime box set.
Yes.
And
Not
burned the
survive.
anime box set.
The anime box set called Castle Power.
The thing they were truly after.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Get the
That's what they
anime!
wanted.
It's what
Uh,
our campaign has come to.
After some moments of regret looking at the devastation, Earnshaw left to rejoin what's left of his group, which was
Just
nothing.
a horse.
I mean, it's all
Yeah,
gone.
Paradigm sensed the destructive magic and bolted the fuck out.
Well, let's start there. A few minutes later, it is still the 8th, 9th? I think it's the 8th of February. I may be wrong because my notes are in it's in literal thieves' cant, I suppose. But I don't speak it. You two are running through a forest. The birds, discombobulated, stunned, surprised, or seared by the whirling, dirling tornado of flame that shoots 40 feet up, 40 feet out centered on Aurelia. You guys run. It is a somewhat cool early spring day, and you climb up a mountain for as far as you can before stopping to catch your breath for a second. Paradigm and Anchois, low on spells, low on HP, but alive. What do you-
Paradigm will, like, exasperatedly lean on a tree. And, like, Antrol will see an extremely pained look on his face as he gets up off the tree and just starts punching it until one of his fists goes bloody.
Anchois sits down and kind of reflects in silence.
Antoine, as you watch your horseman who weighs 400 pounds, stands over 6 feet tall, slaps and breaks his hand against this tree, his entire backpack and inventory begins to just fall off of him. He's wearing these dope saddlebags, as we all know. He has a backpack strapped behind that. And a funny little noise comes out from the woods. Hitting a rock or hitting a branch, a metallic ring appears, Anchois. You hear it, you look, and there is Paradigm's cloak, having rolled itself out, and a metal handle of brass, of this yellowish metal, shines and shimmers, decorated in the skeletal structure, I believe. The bottom, there is a skull that tilts and looks at you, not moving, having just fallen like so.
I hold it up.
Do you go and pick it?
I give it like, alas, poor. Yeah, I say, alas, poor Eka, or Nekri. I knew you well.
John, what did he pick up? It's not the skull, I'm right?
It's not the skull. It's the hilt.
Mm-hmm.
Antoine, you
Damn it!
step up closer. Well, you know, you're not. Maybe we should set the scene, because I don't want to just steal your soul, as it were. Antoine, 5 feet away from you, Paradigm rages, unbeknownst to you. You see this metallic thing that you know Nekri, the undead wizard of your party, before he was instantly stabbed to death by a bunch of birds, is the hilt of his flame blade, his balefire longsword. Do you pick it up?
I believe that steals souls. I don't want my soul stolen.
Okay. Just making sure. Didn't want to...
Thank you for doing that, John.
You do not pick up the handle then. Instead, you see Paradigm's arcane focus briefly abandoned, the skull of Nekri looking at you as well. Death watching you.
Paradigm is just screaming, "Damn it! If only one of us could do something like Aurelia's arm. It could have saved them. If only it couldn't just fucking cause the earth to shake."
If only I was level 5, the wizards cry.
I
We're
look into
stronger.
the eye sockets of Nekri and kind of contemplating, and having the my gullet kind of rise a bit, and looking at the lips I've kissed 1,000 times. No, I'm sorry. It's
Oh.
you
Get
guys
Brett
haven't
in
read
here.
Hamlet? You guys haven't read Hamlet?
I have. That's
Quote
why
for
it
quote.
got me. Oh, man.
Get Brandon here.
Nekri, can I get you... Oh,
Uh,
fuck. Antoine, can I please get a insight check as you look into the skull? Okay. You stare into the lifeless, eyeless, long dead skull of Nekri, seeing naught but the darkness that awaits you all at the end of this quest. Minutes will go by. You may rage
Paradigm
for
will
as long
relent.
as you'd like.
Paradigm relents. Assumedly, the blood rushing down his arm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've ever broken your hand in, like, real life, but there's not,
No, he
too
wasn't
much
trying.
blood.
He wasn't doing it to break his hand. He just was doing like until his knuckles were like bleeding.
Yeah. Same.
He's a strong horse.
There's just not much blood. You burst your vessels definitely around your knuckles. It begins to drip down your fingers. But it's not like you cut your fucking artery. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Paradigm is hemorrhaging and is going to die.
He'll begrudgingly start picking all of his things up.
You also see the sword hilt that was freed. The one you know is cursed, that gets stronger the more souls it consumes.
He's just gonna wrap it up, not touching the hilt.
You hide it beneath your cloak, or the bundle. The seedweed wrap that had used to secure it, having long since deteriorated.
No, I've been using the winter barding.
Same.
Yeah.
It is now
And,
gone. Fuck you.
He'll pick up Nekri's skull and just kind of stare at it for a bit before putting it back at his side.
Out of curiosity, Paradigm,
Mm-hmm.
kind of as a player check-in and character check-in, why do you have Nekri's skull as your arcane focus?
He wanted me to have it.
When was that
Did he?
conveyed?
Do you want to see the DMs?
No. I want to know why Paradigm, not Alden, has Nekri's skull.
Hmm. He needed an arcane focus. That wasn't a piece of wood with a pony on it. And a dead wizard's skull is probably as good as anything.
Yeah, there are weirder arcane focuses in the world. You quickly put the skull up, the small gem that is used to channel your inner magics, probably embedded within its eye socket or mouth or something.
You said it was just hammered into the forehead.
Hammered into the forehead, same. You quickly put it back on your hip or on a belt somewhere where you can have easy access to it to fondle the skull when you need to cast your material or somatic components. And you two, for what time of day there is, well, you have the day to yourselves. What would you like to do?
The first thing's paradigm. Well, the first thing is, do we still sense lingering magic from Aurelia's nuke?
You turn back the way you came. All you see is black smoke. And now John remembers that it is indeed the 9th of February, not the 8th.
Okay. Paradigm will.
I mentioned. I was gonna say I mentioned, or Anchoa mentions that he saw there was nothing left. Out of going back, but he could see from where he was at, and it was conveyed to him by the invisible voice in his head.
Yeah.
That is the DM. There is nothing left. There is nothing left.
No remains.
It is a
just
crater.
ash.
Mm-hmm. Paradigm will use his last spell slot to use Detect Magic, in hopes of rushing them to the Fortress of Lichman.
Alright, please put Detect Magic in the chat. You cast Detect Magic as an action, not as a ritual, and rush through the woods. You will get about 2 minutes into the jaunt before you see, painted in what appears to be magic behind the bark of a tree, an arrow that has been magically signaled or signed so that perhaps someone could reorient themselves and not get lost. It points
Paradigm
upwards.
will point it out to Antoine and say, I think this is the direction we need to go in.
This is as good as any direction to go.
Right.
And he'll just start following whatever arrows he finds.
Yeah. What is your 2 passive perception? Because this will, well, Paradigm mostly, but I need Angelos as well.
11.
11.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 9.
9. Wow. Not wise. Not
No.
a wise horse.
Smart,
Angelo,
not wise.
What is your passive perception?
But I have a 16 to passive investigation, John.
Okay.
13.
13. Okay. You guys rush through the woods, heading up and up and up. You know that the Lich's Temple is somewhere in the mountain range. And as you guys continue to rush, moving at your combat speed, sprinting away from the birds that undoubtedly are trying to hunt you down, what little remnants they have, just trying to finish off you escapees, you come out of a tree line and see the true rocky reaches above you. Far away, nearly a mile, we'll say. You see what appears to be on a other side of a crevasse. There is a structure. Anchois will spot it much sooner than Paradigm, who is just looking for more magical signals, but along this crevasse on your side of the mountain now is a path with barely a safety rail. It's more like just metal stakes that have been hammered into the ground. What rope might have once been used and threaded through these stakes is now long gone. But you see the clear indication of a path, and you see the structure, Anchois.
I point this out, and I say, what will we tell them? We should get this straight before we enter. We're going to talk to a lich alchemist of some sort, an herbalist. I think we should know what we'll say.
I'm being perfectly honest. Lying will get us nowhere. If Ozark's any indication of what liches are like, they will know if we're lying. They'll know what our intentions are fairly easily. We may as well just come out and say what we need to say. Ask for what we need, and see where we can go with that.
We need potions, if I'm correct.
The tyrant asked us to get alchemists, whether buying them or kidnapping them. We may not be able to do the latter anymore, as well as we could have before. We're in an
We're
odd
not
predicament
goons.
now.
Perhaps we can entice him.
Possibly. And personally, I almost want to try and convince the Lich himself to come with us, more than I would like his alchemist, but that seems more far-fetched.
Alright. Let's go. And with that, we enter. Or at least Anchois does.
Paradigm
Knocks
will
at
go
the
with
door.
You begin to move down this ridge. It is a mile away. Crossing by, you see deep below, as you sort of, peek your head and peer over the crevasse just to check how far you'd fall. It is rather deep. It is noon-ish. You guys left early in the morning, but you've been running and hiking and moving for miles, so it's roughly 12 to 1, we'll say. You probably stop for lunch right about now, where your teammate's still alive. But you look down this crevasse, and there you see 300, 400, maybe even 500 feet below a stream, a river that leads or is being flowed out of the mountain itself, going somewhere. But you guys can quickly head to this temple following this ridge line. You don't even hear the undoubtedly rapid water moving so far below you. Instead, you hear the wind. It buffets you both. It doesn't push you into this crevasse because, it's not hostile wind, it's just wind. But you can come to this temple-like structure. The first thing you see is a small stone bridge that is roughly 5 feet across, so only one medium-sized creature could either defend it or walk across it at any given time. It's also rather low to the ground in terms of the railing, the safety railing. It only stands about 2.5 feet tall, where the bridge is level with the rest of this ground. The chasm itself isn't that wide to, cross. Someone, in theory, could jump this if they had, the jump spell, but it's like a 25, maybe 30-foot gap. So not too wide, but still. it would keep an animal at bay, undoubtedly. And there, across the bridge, you see a person, kind of. A humanoid wearing a hat. He's wearing overalls. He's holding a stick that is clearly like a fishing pole, but the line just continues to go down and down and down this chasm, undoubtedly to the river below. And this dude looks at you. He seems rather passive, kind of expressionless almost. Nothing too discernible about him. Paradigm, please give me an insight check.
I was waiting for it.
Let's see if you recognize this guy. Yeah, this is a homunculus. You know it
Uh-huh.
to be one of the century types. Many wizards, spellcasters, and apparently liches just have these things on hand. But it waves at you all.
Does it have a face?
It has a face, but it's like trapped in one expression, which just seems to be like a peaceful looking one.
So, like, I have no mouth, but I must scream. Got it.
He has a mouth, it's just like
Oh.
sealed.
Ew.
Yeah. Kind of like
I'll
how a
wave
mannequin
back.
has a face, but his is a little bit more animated than a mannequin's.
I'll just wave back and proceed across the bridge.
Yeah, you can proceed across the bridge. Antoine, you can follow after him.
I stay behind. This appearance seems to alarm me a bit, seeing as it doesn't change naturally to seems to be not natural.
I'll notice that he kind of hangs back and just tell him it's a homunculus. It's just gathering,
Okay.
sitting, watching, seeing who enters or comes near.
I give it a wave.
It waves at you back.
I say, "Nice stick," and I show him my stick.
You show him your stick. He moves his fishing pole just a little bit.
Nod of recognition.
Yep.
I
Paradigm-
tip my stick.
You tip your what? Yeah. Paradigm, you cross the bridge easily. The homunculus does nothing to stop you, does not say anything. Just continues to sit next to this bridge with his fishing pole that goes all the way down 300 feet. Probably it would never work in a million years. Unless he's like, oh man.
Yeah, Paradigm's kind of realized he's not even fishing. He's just watching.
Yeah. Antoine, you're still on the other side of a bridge where all the bird monsters are.
Can I not cross?
Yeah, you can. Did you want to?
Oh yeah. This is what I was.
Oh, I heard I
Hinting at.
did not cross.
No
You-
worries, no worries.
You pass him. There is a small paved path. It starts off kind of scattered, but as you ascend it, it becomes more and more collected and together. And soon you can find another very small chasm. This one is literally just a trench that is raises up 30 feet in the air as you continue to ascend the mountains. The bridge itself is only 5 feet across. You guys get to the door and this wall, which is like the first and clear checkpoint of this lich's base, his operation, his den, his lair, what have you. But beyond the wall, on your way up, you can see a rising spire of sorts that maybe shoots 60, 70 feet up into the mountains, kind of growing with them rather than being a part.
I'll go up to the door
You go up to the door.
and knock.
You knock on the door. There's no immediate response.
I'll give it a second.
You give it a second, and The door does not open, but instead a metal screen is deployed to the side. You didn't even notice that it was like one of those like indentation things. It must be guarded by some minor illusion of some sort. But you see a stalk, like an eye stalk of a weird bug, pop out and look at you. And then behind, the voice cries out, "Who wishes to see the Lich of Medicine?"
My name's Paradigm. My friend here is Antoine.
What is your business?
We're here to speak with the Lich of Medicine on behalf of the Tyrant of Tolst.
Please hold. And the eye stalk will withdraw from the portcullis or porthole that it had created.
Another portcullis or porthole homunculus.
Yeah, a portal homunculus, one might say. The creature departs. It closes the window that it had used to, well, visit you, to look upon you, spectate, one might say. And it will depart. Half an hour later.
Do we hear? I was gonna say, do we hear elevator music playing in the background, like dee 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 dee
Yeah,
dee?
basically. Are they at Jabba's palace? Rumble Roar in the chat asks. Maybe. Half an hour later, a small bell will be heard from behind the door, and the gates will open, revealing a smooth paved cobblestone path, but through this path, or surrounding it, in between it, guarding it, is what is clearly some sort of hedge maze, made out of all sorts of different plants. Is anyone here medicine proficient?
1 second. No.
No, strangely enough, I thought I was.
You do
The
not
whole backstory is
recognize-
on that.
Yeah. Some
What about
shaman-
nature?
Whole back.
No, not nature.
Okay.
These are clearly some sort of medicinal plants created to be, or grown in this garden of sorts. You can tell, like, okay, these are some crazy ass plants, duh. But what their uses are, you're unsure of. You also see a floating eyeball, which is kind of attached to a stalk, but the body itself is missing. It's so you know how, like, basically 4 feet off the ground an eye stalk just appears, not
the ocular
attached
nerve.
to anything. Yeah, it's kind of like a slug eye stalk, you know, but it's like missing its body completely. It's super fucking weird and jarring and disturbing, but the voice is still there, hidden behind some sort of invisibility, partial invisibility, something weird and fucky. A magical oddity, undoubtedly. It calls to you, "The Lich of Medicine will see you now. Please follow the eyeball."
Thank you, and I will proceed to follow Eyeball.
As you step in, it will wait for Antoine to also step in.
Yes.
Antoine's reading
Continues.
his notes.
Looking for an eye stalk.
Oh, nice. Antoine, as you enter, the gates behind you will close. You will hear a metal locking sound, and then you will follow the eye stalk that sort of snakes through the air, kind of doing this like zigzagging springing motion to propel itself forward.
Ugh.
Truly an abomination. You will follow this path into a temple-like area. There is strange architecture, not modern, very ancient, reminds you of ruins that are depicted and explored in Explorer's Digest magazines, which you can find in any modern city. You look up at this towering spire that leads on, but instead of going to that, you go and follow the eye stalk towards this rather simple hovel that's been built into the mountainside. It's maybe 2 stories tall, has a flat roof rather than any tiled something, kind of like an adobe house. There is not even a door guarding it. There's just like a drape that guards the entrance. There are no immediate windows at all, but there is, you know, the clay and brickwork outside. Kind of unremarkable.
I'll look to the eye and ask it, is he inside there?
Yes. Well, no, but yes. This is our decontamination room. Please go in and decontaminate yourself.
Well, might as well. And he'll walk in.
You walk on in.
I
Antoine?
say, this is not code for, like, you know, killing us or anything like that, is it?
No!
Okay. I trust you. I walk in.
You trust it. Antoine and Paradigm. Paradigm first will feel some, like, heat. The heater's on in this place, apparently. It's... I don't know how to do the Celsius conversion for you Canucks, but it's roughly, like, 75 degrees in here. It's rather warm. Especially compared
It'd be
to the...
something around little under 20, so probably 18 or 17. I know 85
24.
is 20.
Okay.
No, 86 is 20. I know. So
This isn't the math stream. Fuck yourself. Dude. Can we get that in Kelvin now? Wait, no.
Imperialize
Celsius.
for us.
Celsius is king. Come on, people.
You
Convert.
guys can look at this chamber. It is tiled. It is shiny. There is silver implements that are just sort of being hung up on walls. And there is a sofa which has a plastic covering on it. Like some crazy stuff. Just plastic.
Like a grandma's house.
Let's talk about plastic real quick. There's not a lot of it in the world, guys. There really isn't. There's barely any aluminum. Like, most stuff is just, like, thin iron and metalwork. So when you see this, like, translucent, rubbery substance, you're like, what the fuck is this? This is super rare. Most tire, like, rubber's mostly just for tires. For, like, land vehicles. But here, some is.
Just sitting on a sofa.
On a sofa. This stuff could go for like 50 gold, dude.
I'm not interested in stealing from the Lich.
I'm just saying.
At present.
Well, you can stand and wait then. That drape thing will close seemingly on its own as well, and instead of just, you know, hanging out on a rack, you can see it's like stretched all the way to the bottom of the ground, covering the portal entirely, stopping any airflow from getting in. In the back part of this room, you also see a metal door. It would be a tight squeeze for you, Paradigm, to get through it, but it's just like a, you know, 6 foot tall door, you know, 4 feet wide.
Is there a button somewhere? Is there
No,
just door?
just a door. There's these weird silver implements which are hanging on the walls. Maybe art projects, maybe something. One kind of looks like a tuning fork. Another one looks like an actual fork, like for eating.
I'm gonna flick the one that looks like a tuning fork.
You do so.
Yep. I'll knock on the door.
You knock on the door. There's no immediate response.
I'll wait.
You wait. How long do you wait?
I wait.
Until something happens?
I give it 30 minutes.
All Alright, 30 minutes goes by and nothing has changed.
I would like to inspect a room.
Alright. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Antoine, what are you doing in this time?
Man.
I am sad. I am sad. I've been decontaminated. I kind of like the idea that he's a bit, maybe a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. So he's a bit sad about that. The sterile nature of this room is unsettling. Kind of wants to dirty it up somehow. And
Oh no.
he's interested in the tools on the wall. He immediately tries to see if he could kind of poke it with his staff. If it moves, if it racks.
Yeah. It's like hung up on like a nail, basically. Some weird sort of metal jutting. So you can hit it and it'll like move left and right.
Okay. What are the shapes of the ones that are not the tuning fork, but the other ones you said?
There are all sort of weird symbols that you're kind of unfamiliar with. Squiggly lines, strange round, non-geometric, non-Euclidean shapes, just made out of what is clearly silver.
I make a comment on how these would look pretty rad on me. If I got one right here and a little something over there, these shapes are pretty nice. I should ask them what they mean. You know,
Is
I make a
Antoine just
note.
saying
I
this
draw
out loud?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I am saying it out loud, and I draw the kind of the shapes of what they are.
The more he draws attention to the
draw
shapes,
the
I'd like
shapes.
to I'd like to inspect the shapes a little more.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception check. And this will be the last check before something happens.
Yeah, not. Yeah.
Paradigms are weird fucking shapes. You know? They have this weird, just... They're odd. What can I say? This entire place is just really fucking out of people's norms. And as you look at it, Antoine plays and then writes stuff down, trying to copy it. The voice, the iStock voice, will call out, "You may come out now! Your decontamination has ended."
Is that the metal door or the screen?
The screen.
Okay. I'll walk out of the screen.
You walk out of the screen. Antoine, do you follow?
Of course.
Cool.
That's why I'm here.
You
I forgot to look for
follow.
Highlights magazine.
You did. You guys step out, and you are pretty sure time has reset. It is now morning. The sun
How long did
is
it feel like we were in there?
like half an hour. 40 minutes, maybe.
Paradigm
Yeah.
will just whisper to himself, some fucky shit's going on.
So we're outside.
Yeah. There is
And-
a pale blue light of the mountains which currently hide the rising sun in the east.
John, did that count as a short rest?
Nope.
Damn it. Yeah, okay.
You didn't rest. What can I say?
That's fair.
The sun is not in its normal place. I comment this out loud, just like say, why is it not there?
Does the environment
be there,
seem to have
right?
changed?
No. It's just 8
No?
or morning now instead of early afternoon. The iStock ignores Anchois. "The Lich of Medicine will now see you. Please follow me into the spire."
I'll follow and I'll just tell Antoine he may have created a parallel dimension.
What?
Something
But the sun,
like that.
like the sun is always there. Like I know it. You know, I see it every day. Come on, you can't fool me.
Paradigm's convinced that there's just some weird magic going on and he's just done with it.
Antoine does not understand the passing of time. It's more like... you can follow the iStock into this chamber. It is now the 10th of February, as you pass by a calendar on the wall with one of those cats that are like dangling from like a fishing wire or like a clothesline, and it just says, keep holding on.
God, we really are just in a doctor's office.
You really are. The hang in there.
For all his cancer patients.
You no. They get outsourced. You guys come into a lounge of sorts. Lots of now no longer plastic covered chairs, just regular furniture of all shapes and sizes. There's even like a large king size bed just in the center of the room, so that someone could like lay down, sleep, and then probably die in. Inside there is a man. Let's actually look. It might not be a man. A man stands, maybe 4.5 feet tall, rather short, wearing white robes, pure white robes that go all the way down to his ankles. You can see he is wearing sandals and socks. He has no tools about him. His face is unremarkable, but much like Ozark and how he has clear human lineage, so too does this lich. And he raises a hand at you guys.
Paradigm will wave and say, "Hello. Are you the Lich of Medicine?"
I am. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well. My name's Paradigm.
I see. Please, have a seat. And he gestures for you all to take a seat somewhere. And he will...
Paradigm will sit like a horse on the ground.
I comment on how the sun is not where I left it. Like I left the sun someplace, and then it's not. It wasn't there at that place I left it.
Yes. Please, have a
Isn't
seat.
that? Of course, I sit down, but I'm like, I'm muttering to myself and to everyone around. But that's weird. It's always where I leave it. Sometimes it goes around, but but what?
He quickly writes you a prescription and just says, have this filled out at your local apothecary.
Laudanum.
So, you come from Tolst, where Ozark sits upon his quaint little pillar?
Not so much Ozark anymore as someone named Tyrant.
Yes, I heard at the Lichmoot he had fostered a... Well, what do you know of your tyrant?
Fostered is a strong word. Ozark stole him and took him and raised him as his own child.
Yes,
He's
that is
homunculus.
what fostered means.
Don't necessarily believe that we know this actually.
Paradigm does. Ozark told him.
It's true.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Paradigm. Paradigm had his own little thing.
Paradigm seems to know more than anyone else, apparently.
Apparently nobody else
For
cares.
sure.
So, you come to seek me. Is it for my services? Does the boy king have an ulcer? Has the stress finally gotten to him?
Ty
Might have, but
Ty wants alchemists, or
Oh.
rather,
He wishes for somebody's services, then.
yes.
I see.
I will be frank. He wanted us to come to you and ask to bring back some of your alchemists who know how to create strong healing potions.
Well, I have bad news for the young brat. I do not keep any of my apprentices. Their lives are far too short. They take what they wish of my knowledge and practice, and then they go about to start their own. I have created many a sage, and where they go after, I do not truly care nor know. If you wish for an apothecary, there are plenty. I am sure even Tolst has them. But as to an alchemist to make healing potions, you must offer me something.
And what is it we can offer? It sounds like you have an idea of what you want.
He looks at you, Paradigm.
I offer a piece of gum to Paradigm.
The paradigm?
Yeah.
He'll take it.
He wants the anime.
Wait, what? Anime?
That's what Julia wrote in Roll20.
Oh. Oh no.
Well,
What do you want?
What do you have to offer?
What do we have to offer?
Toast. Toast services. Toast will provide anything you possibly could need. Humanly need, that is.
Paradigm's eyes widen.
You offer me the resources of a city-state 2,000 miles away. This is a worthless offer.
I do not
We
truly.
offer you. I was gonna say we offer you the resources of a city-state closer by. I mean, these mountains are nice, but would you rather have a place to stay near a place that could give you stuff? Like
I
toast?
am here for a reason. I do not know what Ozark, if he still keeps his secrets or not, but we liches do not fuck about with each other's territory. When
He's
two
made that quite
liches
clear.
get too close to one another, disaster always comes as the world tears us apart. So, I am here for my own reasons. You are here to acquire an alchemist. Clearly you need some time to think about this. I will leave. I have things to do and tests to run, for you both have been contaminated with both rat and bird influence from an alternate reality. And
Hold on, what?
I do not like that. So please, stay here. If it is terminal, you are allowed to die here as well.
Hold on. Wait, excuse. I'm sorry. What was that you just said about rat and bird?
What do you mean?
We've been fighting bird demons, yes,
Yes.
and someone in our party could turn into a rat, but we're infected with their influence, you say?
Well, it is on you. I would not say you are infected as in you currently carry their soul pestilence. I don't know how to truly describe it to... It's been so long.
So their
What?
souls were corrupted by demons.
How would I explain this to a layman? I can see you do not have a medicine proficiency, so I will explain to you the quick body structure of a being. You have your physical form, and he jabs you, Paradigm. He just fucking hands into your chest, and it hurts. Like, it goes through your energy shield. Oh, man, it's like he just stabbed you in your core. Yeah. Inside of you runs what you know as essence. It is magic, it is arcane energies, it is the ethereal essence that binds you to this world. To your body to this world, I suppose. You have some taint in you from the infectious nature that are beings of the foul. I have not seen them in quite some time, but I am familiar with their ilk. They are an infectious breed. They corrupt, they conceal themselves, and they spread disaster wherever they are. The stronger you are, the more resistant you are to their whims, their influence, their corruption, what have you. But it is a non-physical particle, we will say, that is equivalent to the essence inside of you now. Skillful creatures can tap into this, such as... What is his name? I believe his name was Jerome. He offered me infinite boons, city-state powers, the Forge of Alvin even. the last time he dropped by, but let us be clear, there is nothing that you mortals can truly offer me that I will bow down and fall to your wills. I am the Lich of Medicine. Do not fuck with me.
Did you just state that Jerome was immortal?
Immortal?
No, amortal.
He once was. And then he stands up. Take your time. Think about what a lich, an immortal creature, might want. For you, transient beings, only part of this world for a limited time, have little to offer me.
I say, these beings, these bird beings, they killed 3 of our teammates.
How unfortunate.
Well, 2 of them were killed, essentially off your doorstep.
I don't care.
We were attacked on the way here.
I really do not care. I'm sorry if you think that I'm invested in the little squabble of you mortals. I have seen this happen so many times. Perhaps Ozark cares. Perhaps another lich or 2 may care, but I am the Lich of Medicine. Now fuck off, and he will fuck off instead. As you guys sit and can talk amongst yourself.
I wasn't really caring. I didn't think he cared about their lives. I think he cared more about Jerome guarding his area.
Well, maybe you can offer him that.
Okay. I don't know if I want to... There's 2 wizards. There's a bird army in the forest. I don't know if that's happening.
What does an immortal... What does an immortal being want? The only thing I can think of is something that will last. And something that'll last. Knowledge. The only thing that you can't... That doesn't expire, doesn't anything. It's something that you can use. But what do we even have on that? To even give him on that one?
We have nothing that he wouldn't already know.
We know something about the outside world he might want?
JC, quit shitposting in Roll20.
Well, if he already knows of Jerome, if he already knows about Tolst, he already knows about Ozark's bastard son. He knows about as much as we do. And anything short of our very souls, I could not have think of much else he could want. Or literal cadavers, or living flesh to test on. Truthfully, I don't know if there's anything we could offer him. I don't think he creates life. I think he alters it.
As you guys speak, you hear some footsteps coming from behind you. Entering the doorway, there is the eye stalk, first of all. But you know that thing doesn't have feet, so it's not the one making footsteps. You turn around to this new source, and you see a person wearing a black jumpsuit. It's reminiscent of a gimp suit.
Oh no.
But, you know, latex, rubber, very Matrix-esque.
He's got a ball gag.
Look at this guy. He currently has his face bare. Similarly plain looking to a homunculus, but he has some elvish quality about him with a bright red hair that is currently swept back from the sweat. He breathes in sharply, leans against the wall, looks at you two for a brief moment. Paradigm, Antoine. Hello.
Hello.
How?
And what is your name?
He just breathes in shallow breaths for a moment. Sorry to hear about Rembrandt and Aurelia. Tyrant says to continue the mission, but you guys are both... After you are done here, you should head back to Tolst soon. You two should not be deployed on your own for long.
That was likely our intention.
Good, but you know, we had some people who we thought knew what the obvious thing was to do, and they tried to jump out of a fucking airship onto like a structure with 6,000 feet between them and certain death. So
Alden will picture the raid team in his mind.
Sorry. Oh, you don't know me. We'll keep it like that. But I work for Tyrant. So, you know.
Out of curiosity, do you know what an immortal being would love?
Let's rephrase that. What would an immortal being like as payment? What would they find worth of value?
Things they could use, I assume. That may be non-helpful, but... Spell components?
Spell components.
Oh no, it's time to offer my body.
What?
John, the day has come for Sovereign Glue to become a part of the story again.
Oh, fuck.
Sovereign good. Thank God you took that turn. I was expecting a different turn when you said those words.
No, Paradigm hasn't sunk that low yet.
I know not what a doctor wants. What do doctors want? I haven't been to one in forever.
We barely even know if he is a doctor.
Well,
He gave me a
Doctor, maybe
prescription
a-
of some sort. Can I read the prescription? What does it say?
it is written in doctor handwriting. Okay. Well, language all to itself.
Doctor!
If you had a medicine proficiency, you'd be immediately able to decipher it.
John, remember if Paradigm dies that if I make a new character, I want it to have the doctor language.
Okay. Well, just pick up medicine proficiency.
How do I... Like, I'm definitely taking medicine herbalist. All of these things that were in my background that I don't seem to have on my sheet.
Anyway, the ice stalk says, "You need to decontaminate. Go, get out." But he just yells at him. The guy's like, "Look, I got a jet. I shouldn't even be out here speaking with you, but I couldn't get in normally. So I'm gonna leave. Don't die. They have a hot air balloon. Ask to make like a fucking trip for them or something. I don't care, but do not walk down this mountain."
Okay.
Sage advice,
Yeah.
thank you.
Alright, see ya. And as the eye stalk chases after this guy, he will just dart out of view immediately. Back outside.
So, Antoine, we
We've got-
offer him something.
Components.
Components.
Tasty.
But Paradigm will pull his bundled sword off his back and ask what Antoine thinks about having an artifact of another lich that's steel souled and currently has one housed within.
Well, that is a very valuable thing indeed. Do you think you want to throw it away on this mission? Let's keep that as plan Z. Try first normal components, then rare components, then sell your body, and then the sword.
You also have the necklace. Or wait, John, did you say that necklace was like rare or common? Like how good of a necklace is this?
Attunement items
Since-
are normally replicatable.
So this is like a one of a kind thing.
It is a necklace that closes all wounds to stabilize the target. You are in a doctor's office.
I mean, I know. I'm just thinking of things we
Can
could
you
give him.
imagine having a necklace that just destroys any surgeon? Like, no surgeon would be able to get a job if those things were everywhere. Because they just automatically do it.
Well, the only things I have to offer this man is the skull of our dead friend or his sword. Or rubies, but I doubt he cares much for gems. Lest he's a dragon.
I start flipping through my notes. Do I see anything valuable I could sell to this lich? Like, say,
I
for
don't.
instance.
I don't have access to your notes. What do you think?
Oh, yes. Yes. Story about Mori, about him and Ozark, or perhaps about his misgivings on the tyrant, about information on the tyrant. Any of these ideas that you have told us that I could see in front of my notes that he would want.
Maybe. You'd have to bring it up to him, though, right?
Yes, I would. Yeah.
Well, time will pass. The doctor will check in about an hour after he left. He takes a seat back in his initial spot, looks at you both. You see that he is the exact same physical form, kind of balding on top, but otherwise just some normal-looking human. He looks at you both. He's a straight shooter. Maybe too many people have asked him to give it to him straight, Doc, but he looks at you both. Well then.
Antoine?
Well, are you interested in information about
Potentially.
the tyrant?
Why should I be?
What about? You don't sound like you are interested.
I am asking you a legitimate question. Why should I care about this tyrant? Is
The
he
tyrant-
not a mortal like yourselves who's going to die eventually?
Well, the tyrant is of a different make than myself.
Do you know of Celeste, someone in the court of Ozark or the tyrant?
No. Why would
She-
I
You know
know
of-
these people?
Okay.
She is a construct made by a god, given mortal form. Or
A celestial?
more than mortal. Yes.
Okay.
Tyrant is of the same ilk.
He... What? How?
Similar.
I kick Alden, or I kick Paradigm, saying, it seems like you are interested about the tyrant.
More out of curiosity than necessity. It's not as though I plan to ever leave this temple.
We would love it that you would leave this temple to come to us at Tulsa. What
He-
we
No.
He clearly stated
He'll
Antoine.
never. He'll never.
the world will rip apart. The fabric of reality might kill us.
Possibly, yes. Depends on
How
how
about-
uppity Ozark gets again.
Ozark will get up. Yeah. He likely has not changed.
He is a territorial son of a bitch. I'm surprised he didn't just make you guys give me a gift. Like, that's normally his MO. Is this some, like,
Tyrant's running the show now,
8D
and he wanted
chess
us.
game that you all are playing with me?
We assumed that you were playing with us chess game. Wow, if we just could wheel and deal this thing, we would love it. Love
If only
it.
it were so
That we
easy.
could deal. We could deal with you. But
Fine, I will tell you
un-
something that I would like. How about that? Let's make this a fucking quest. Not that I should, because anytime I give anybody a quest, they immediately die. But I could, if you'd like it, you know, here, go and find the basilisk of blah 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 mountains. Bring me his cold eye, and then I'll give you whatever you want. Is this what we
Dr.
want?
Snark.
Before we
Stark.
go in, before we get into that territory, how much do you care for the other liches?
Care is a strong word.
How much interest do you have in the others?
As they are the only other immortal creatures that can truly exist on this plane, somewhat. I've met a few of them, like, twice in the past 5,000 years. And that
Have
was
you heard of
about it.
Necrodan?
Everybody knows of Necrodan.
Alright. I produce the Balefire Sword wrapped up. And I tell
He
him,
looks at it and seems to immediately just revulse a little bit and, like, scooch a little bit backwards.
so you have no interest in a soul-stealing sword that has one soul in it.
Am I supposed to use it to cauterize wounds?
I don't know. I'm thinking
I would
of the
have
things
to
I could
damn
offer.
a person to use that. If I were to pick that up, nothing would occur.
I didn't think it would. My point being
Do you
was,
even know what you are holding? What cursed object Necrodan seems to have given? How did you come across this?
what the first of our friends that died was carrying this sword. Basically became Necrodan's thrall.
Well, it seems
His
like
skull
you
is
are
on my
still
hip.
carrying your soul or your friend, then? He points to
Essentially.
his eyes. He has true sight going, guys. So he can, like, see through your table. Blanket at this stupid,
I haven't.
magically cursed item. You are holding an artifact of ancient power. You know that, right? If that thing is to fully, like, get into power, another terrible thing would happen. Necrodan has
Good to
given
know.
you a bomb. Do you know what a
Good to
bomb
know.
is?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
Our
How
friend
about-
recently detonated into one.
I sense that, yes. How unfortunate.
Why are there birds like up in your business up here? Like it was difficult to get through that stuff too. These damn birds. Jesus.
He speaks of
Oh.
Jerome's minions.
Yes, Jerome's thralls put up a nest there to keep an eye on me. Big fucking deal. What am I gonna
Either
do?
way.
Leave? Huh.
Either way, all we had to offer was information. The sword.
Say, wait a second.
Okay.
Wait a second here. In fact, I know exactly what to offer you. And then I
Here comes
do
the
a
jungle
few
juice.
clicks. Always the jungle juice. No, not the jungle juice today.
Is it snake oil?
John waits.
Not snake oil. It's what I bought. It's what I bought recently. You come into town, into the Forge of
Oh, no.
Alvaron, to buy some components. I was just there, and I picked up quite a bit of component there. Are you interested?
What is it?
Maybe worth a is
Gonna give him hallucinogenics.
it's not hallucinogenics. It's pestle, herbs of allergy, allergy,
Oh!
pestle,
You have the...
particularly pestle.
Yeah, okay, that's enough.
Great. I give him 2.5 pounds of pestle. No,
Good.
I keep the half pound for myself because
He
I want
takes it
some of it.
all.
Ah,
You offered it
I s-
all?
I. sh-
I really hope we're not getting equivalent value alchemist.
I am sad that I offered immediately all of the pestle.
He grabs it, sniffs it, opens it, licks it a little bit to test if it's good or not. Yes.
Did Antoine put his weed in the same bag?
I'm like, oh, do you want some of this sorcery weed that we kind of got off some of these little kids?
I am
We got
not a
few of them.
sorcerer. I'm sorry. I have to stay on brand.
No
He
worries.
closes the 2.5 pound package up, puts it in his robe. This rather sizable brick of just, herbs ready to be crushed and molded and ground down is just immediately absorbed in his cloak.
I like how he finally did
it.
a drug deal.
A tear kind of comes down
For
on Troy's
this-
eye of letting this go immediately.
I am glad you have given me this. I will gladly take it and tell you of two alchemists that I know. One is a Faustian dealer. You agree to his deals, he will help you at a grand cost that you know not. The other is an apprentice of mine who wished to find the cure to a specific kind of fungal plague that is currently hindering Ariel and Quelithor to the north. I will give you his for free. He has the potential to make the potions your tyrant wishes so badly for. That being said, he, like you, are a creature of potential, meaning he does not truly know immediately how to do this.
And of the grander price one.
A Faustian deal guy.
Have you? His face like sinks, sighs, and then turns into a smile. He is one of my greatest friends, and I hate him so fucking much.
Yes,
If
which is
you
due.
would take him to Tolst, get him there. I don't have anything I'd truly give you because I don't have much, but you would truly gain my boon, my blessing, what have you, which is not worth nothing in this world.
The Faustian what it is then, I'd say.
His name is the Greater Chemical,
Oh god.
and John must look at his map to find where he currently is.
Anchoa, who are you thinking? I want the Faustian one.
We make a deal with the Faustian. This is literally a deal with the devil. I mean, we could do that one, but the name lends itself to be like, maybe we don't want to choose that one. You know?
I mean,
Where is this?
but
fucking
hey,
map? I need to look at my.
we get a lich in our pockets.
We do get a lich in our pockets. You're right. But the apprentice, he sounds like more easily malleable. Like he sounds this way.
Has malleable worked out for us before? Remember what we were going to try with Rodrigo, and then all of a sudden the world went to shit?
That's
Maybe
true.
we go
mean,
for a shore option, even if it's a little more difficult.
He is currently.
What's gonna happen? More of us die?
John looked at his notes. The Greater Chemical is currently being contained within the Hazanem Valley. I am sure maybe you know not what lurks there, but many a dangerous creature and many a dangerous cult live there. He is currently enslaved to the Alventori, a murder or death worshipping assassination cult of little bearded men.
We have some good track records with assassins.
Well, perhaps you can pay them off. They currently imprison him, but he, like I, are immortal, but he is not a lich. You should speak with him. Or, buy him. And I don't wish to free him, but I wish for the Greater Chemical to suffer. And he can only do that out in the greater world, where there are people for him to be mocked by. So please. That is where he is. Little, I need a name for the apprentice. Who wants to give me the name?
Lofty.
No. Little
Dale.
Dover is in Ariel and Quelithor. You will find Dover there somewhere. He is currently trying to find a fungus cure or some nonsense like that.
Well, how will you know when we get the Faustian? Could we send you mail?
Oh, he
How does
will
this
tell
work?
me. Don't you worry.
And how will we receive any boon from you?
He just looks at you. I'm a fucking lich. What do you think?
Fair enough. Just have to be sure.
Okay. If we are
I
done
ask,
here... Oh,
I ask one thing. I would really, really love to learn something from you, man. Like I've been mixing chemicals all my life, medicines from my island village, and
yeah.
for some reason I don't have a proficiency in this stuff. Is there anything you can teach me? Anything you can give me advice on how to
Of
You know,
course.
get better.
My apprenticeships last for 90 days. If you have that time to spare, you may stay.
Oh, one of these days I'll take you up on that. I will definitely do.
Understood.
This is a once in a lifetime thing.
It
Yeah,
is?
if you need any more of
Yes.
that herb, like kind of
I'll
do
get
wink and
more
gun.
later. We had a
And-
shortage earlier due to all the refugees living in our valley getting their allergies, but now that that must have ended, I should probably return to restock.
And before we
Hmm.
leave, one last question.
Yes.
Is there insight you could give us into the nature of exactly what is going on with the Tyrant and Ozark and the whole situation of what he is?
Of what who is, John says, rolling a dice. I have not... Your tyrant is not my patient. I live so far away from him. I know whispers, the dead speak sometimes. Also, some liches don't know how to keep their goddamn trap shut. So, I know things. They are rumors. Nothing confirmed. And to be honest, I am apathetic to all of the world outside of my temple's halls.
Fair enough. More of a curiosity than anything.
We love knowing.
Understood. Keep searching for knowledge.
Aside from
Learn
that,
as though you'll live forever, for you never know if you will.
Hey,
could we
definitely know
borrow
that.
your hot air balloon to get off this mountain?
Sure, let's all go. I need to go down there anyway.
All right. Also, John, what was the name of that valley you said?
Has a name.
It what?
It has a name.
No, what was it?
That's the valley's name. Has a
Oh, it
name.
hasn't. Oh,
Yeah, like all one word.
okay.
Like Hasaname.
I see the voice in the sky got lazy.
No, I did not name that valley. Somebody else did.
Was
Well,
it the previous campaign?
Yeah. It was for a one-shot they wanted to do. And they're like, well, what's this place? Like, I don't know, you tell me. It's like, well, it has a name somewhere.
There you go.
So that is the name of the valley. Deep lore building, guys. Such deepness. You guys can hop on a air balloon. It is tethered to a back lot. You have to go through an underground tunnel that is hidden, obscured, kind of. Not really, like, truly hidden, but, like, you didn't see it coming in. It's in the garden. You go through this, like, side passage in a dugout of the tunnel, which has been, like, rounded off. So it's clearly not been done with mold earth. Because as we all know, you know, mold earth is cubes. This is, like, rounded out. So someone probably, like, drilled through this and then, like, bricked it up. Maybe it was mold earth, but, you know. And there is a hot air balloon, currently not inflated, so it's going to take him a little while. If you wish to go into my decontamination room for half an hour, we can, you know, all go together once this bad boy is filled. I haven't had a need to keep it, you know, ready to go in quite some time. 2 years
Fair
ago.
enough.
Sure, that sounds good. By the way, what are these signs for? I think they're pretty rad. Where'd you see them? Some tribal print somewhere.
Oh, no, those are to distract you. They're like,
Oh,
you
for-
know, in like a real
It's a
doctor's
waiting
office, while it has like all the kid toys, and you know, you can move the beads through the metal wires and like get it to the end of the other wire. Yeah, it's like that, but for adults.
Ah. Well, it worked. Good job. Yeah.
No
Yeah,
problem.
he thought
Some
he lost
sweet
the
tat.
sun.
Indeed. You guys can spend half an hour in the decontamination room. It will be around like 7 or 8 p.m. when you guys come out. And then the hot air balloon will be filled. You guys can scamper into this wicker basket, and the Lich of Medicine will show off his crazy piloting skills of just like commanding the winds to like push the balloon off into the mountains and then like woo, drift your way to the Forge of Alvin. And
I
with
ask
that,
him.
Yep.
I just wanted to ask the Lich some lore questions, seeing as he's like immortal. He's known quite a lot,
Yep.
and particularly about has he heard of my island?
Nope.
Um, has he? Okay. Has how long has he known Ozark
Since Ozark appeared.
appeared? Yes.
To him.
Okay. Um, does he know who Mori is? Because I'm seeing him in my notes, but I'm not entirely sure what
Oh,
he doesn't.
jeez.
Huh?
He doesn't
Oh,
actually.
no.
He knows nothing about Mori. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Just
It's
some
odd.
guy.
Like,
Do you
it's-
know a guy named Mori? Like, no, not
Actually.
no. Actually, no. No
I have-
Mori.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows
Did
that?
you ever know a
Wow.
wizard from Nevlator's arsenal that only called herself the Doctor?
It sounds vaguely familiar, but wizards aren't doctors. Not in the original sense of the word.
All right then.
Exactly.
I was just curious if you knew my creator.
No. And I'm sorry that you were created the way you were. It is rough, shoddy work.
I don't disagree.
She gave you feelings. That was her first mistake.
She wanted to make some form of better homunculus, it seemed.
It seemed like she just wanted to make you suffer. And
Yeah.
with that, we can go on to our break, fast forward some time, quickly get back to Tolst, and introduce our two new player characters. Everyone, we will go on a quick break, a very short one. We'll be right back.
Woo!
We're back, everybody! We just heard a woo from the ghost of Banana Man, also known as... Well, we'll get there.
Actually, that wasn't me. That was Alden.
No. I said it's you, so now it's you. No,
Yes, the voice in the sky deems it so.
we are going to fast forward because I want to get back to Tolst. So that's what we're going to do. So, Monday... Yes, 2 days. So, 2.5 days later, you guys can... No, wait. We'll call it 3. We're going to round up to 3. 3 days later, so on the 13th, it will be a Saturday of spring swirling. The 2 wizards return to Tolst. John does have his mics and audios set up, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright. Paradigm. Anchois, unceremoniously, you arrive in the airship terminal of Tolst. You are safe, you are home, with 2 fewer party members. 1 less magical item.
Wait, what?
Randy's
Wait,
destroyed.
why? Oh, yes.
Randy's gone.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking
I
about
had
one of our
goggles.
magical items. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paradigm's just gonna head straight for the court.
You do so.
Yeah.
Alright. You guys head
Report
to
in.
the Tyrant's Court. John will switch us the map. You are in the Tyrant's Court. It is a short jaunt to the city, or through the city, up the mountain, into a gondola, not an elevator, into the Hellscape Plain. You will cross the bubbling river of magma and lava, which continues to melt that metal drawbridge, which probably continues to just remake itself to continuously be melted in this like cycle of meltingness. Really
It's like a
gross.
lava lamp.
You'll go through the foreboding, insidious black walls, go into the wonderful, beautiful garden, which is seemingly climate controlled, up into the courtroom itself, you know, climbing up the stairs, going through the large double doors, into the ornate, beautiful building, and there you will see the tyrant currently in session. He is speaking with people on a Saturday, sitting upon his spiked throne. You two enter. You guys can immediately leave as soon as a simulacrum of Ozark waves at you guys.
Leave?
Yeah.
Like, he's brushing us out?
Yeah. He's busy.
Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the library.
Yeah. You go to the library. Ozark stops you. Says, "Follow me."
And I will.
Good. Ozark will take you into the room. You know the room. The same room you do all your bullshit. There's the 2 benches, the 2 tables, the fruit, the 3 judges' pulpits, and there you will find 2 others. And now we have to rewind the clock a bit. Coraline and Helga. You 2 have been summoned for the first time by Ozark himself. You've seen the simulacrums, you know of the legends, blah blah blah. He finally calls you 2 up. And you have been brought into this room. So, who wants to describe their character first?
Okay, I guess I'm first.
Okay.
All right. It's Coraline is a young elven woman, mid-20s, light blue skin, darker blue hair and eyes. She's got slightly webbed fingers. She dresses mostly in shades brown, but she's got a red hat, belt, and scarf, and as well as a bright yellow cloak. And she's not wearing any armor, but she's got several knives on her person.
I see. And Helga. We've seen you before.
Yeah.
Let's see you again. What has
Sure.
changed?
Helga is a half-orc woman, pretty tall. She's 6'1", green skin, black hair, yellow eyes, about 19, 20.
Okay. As you sit within this room, two very wary-looking wizards appear. You look at them both. They see you. Ozark's there now. He slaps Coraline in the head. Why aren't you in regs?
Regs? Oh, I
Okay.
spit upon your regs.
I spit upon you. Ozark spits at you.
French.
He's French, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
The Canadian.
The French can. You guys can stand at attention, question mark, or take a seat. It doesn't really matter. Ozark's pretty casual about this whole military thing.
I sit on my horse couch.
You sit upon a chase designed for your horseness. Helga, Coraline, this is the first time you've seen these two. And man, do they look like shit.
I just give Ozark the side eye.
Yep. Where's Aurelia? And when Ozark starts, and then
You already know
laughs.
they're-
He fucking starts laughing.
They blew up.
Yeah, I know. I heard. It was,
Actually, you know, any idea what spell that was? Anyone tell you what happened?
No, actually. It was pretty, strange.
Yeah, her arm cannon went off.
Isn't that something?
A
Anyway.
fire pillar erupted.
Yes. I have been told.
You just
They were
said,
giving out arm cannons? I did not get mine.
No, we are not. John
no,
said.
she got it from hell.
Ah.
Anyway.
Did I not tell you about my friend Aurelia, Coraline? I thought I did.
Oh, yes.
Oh!
the musical one.
You're the Hellish Rebuke lady. Oh, I was wondering how she got
That's me.
access to it. So Aurelia's dead. You have to avenge her, if you care to. If not, no big deal. You know us. Anyway. Excuse me. Paradigm and Antwal, we've been trying to find you two other replacements, and then these two were like, okay, maybe we should bring them in. And then, you know, we were going to give these two to you anyway, like at the, when you guys got back from your parlay with the, the dick-ass doctor or whatever the fuck his name is. But then, Rembrandt and Aurelia fucking died, so now we're back to square one, where it's just the four of you now. I hope you guys will operate better. So, what do you have for us?
Well, found out the sword I have is a bomb.
Yes.
Thanks for telling me.
You're welcome.
You curious to see what happens when it gets filled? I'll give it to you.
Helga, I
It is
did not get
yours.
my star bomb either, did you?
I don't have a bomb.
As far as I know, that is inherited and is not mine to give or take. I mean, you can
I was
leave it.
offering.
Do you want me to, like, destroy it or contain it?
I'm just honestly kind of curious at this point what happens.
Well, don't fuck with anyone in Tulst. And I'm not gonna... He just trails off after that.
Yeah, okay. Actually,
What about the alchemists? This was a simple go-to mission. I'm surprised two of you died in it.
He was surrounded by bird demons.
Well, ain't that something?
Yeah,
anyway,
it was something.
we have the location of two.
Oh?
He did not keep them there. One is in the valley has a name,
Oh, fuck.
and
Okay.
the other is in what were those cities called? I don't have the world map up.
Wow.
It was something and something.
I believe it was. He's enslaved to the Alventori and the Hazanin Valley. Oh no, sorry, that was Faustian deal guy.
Yeah,
Apprentice is in the Ethereal Quartals.
yeah, that. And Ethereal and
What?
Q name. A
Ariel
city
and
to the
Ethereal
far
Quelithor?
west.
Quartals?
Yeah, that.
Quelithor. Okay.
Quelithor, yeah. Okay, well that one's gonna be way easier to get to.
But he said the difference was there's apprentice with limited, well, potential quotation marks,
Oh, fuck.
He
and the
doesn't
Faustian.
know.
So he's
You
got
know.
like a
Yeah,
90% chance of dying at this rate if we try to
yeah.
invest in
And the
him.
Faustian one is an unbelievably best apprentice he ever had,
We're
but is
best
guarded by
friends. His best
assassins.
friend.
Yes, we know of the Alventori. We have one in our midst. Uh,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Bearded folk? What is about them? Why are they so difficult to get to?
Well, they're in this super dangerous mountain range and valley. That's mostly their geography problem, but they're also insanely skilled murderers of all kinds. Do you know of Destry?
Uh,
Place where the war with children is happening.
Something like
yes.
that.
You offered us?
Well, one team of their like lowest tier assassins walked into this principality, this like princedom that was like run by a vampire spawn. Not, I can deal with the vampire spawn easily, but you fucks, you guys couldn't. And these guys, 5 of them, just walked in, opened the gate, walked through town, caused a bunch of chaos, broke down into the palace itself, and assassinated the guy. Like, holy shit. Then they stole all of his stuff. Like, fuck.
Sound like badasses.
They do, don't they? They were like level 1 shitters. Anyway.
Well, sounds like we would have to make a deal with them.
It sure does.
The one we have.
Yes, Igor.
How did he get here?
He was
Igor.
sired outside of the valley and is kind of like an erudite. He just sort of, exists. And, the Alventori came, they're like, we gotta make our claim because he's one of ours, and if you fuck with him, you fuck with us. So, we're like, okay, that's fine, but he's here willingly. We're not, like, kidnapping him. We didn't know about your connection. It became this, like, diplomatic game for, like, 2 minutes, and then they were like, alright, fuck off. So we did. Because when a order of assassins that have survived, like, 2 ages now can just fucking... We don't know what they have, but apparently they gave Igor a pendant of shielding or something like that. Like a actually decent defensive spell item. It's pretty good. So I can only imagine what other cool shit they have.
Well, the Lich doctor said that we could deal with these people. If push comes to shove, they can be wheeled and dealed. They are assassins. They love money.
I don't know. They're also death worshippers, which is like the real thing.
Yeah.
Now, we've been playing a diplomatic game with them since before you guys even showed up. We're trying to get them on side because, hey, we're fighting a bunch of fucking crazy shit. Wouldn't you guys like to fight a bunch of crazy shit and kill them or die doing that? And they're like, yeah, but... And then they sort of like left us on that ellipses for like 3.5 months. So we're still waiting to hear back from them. Maybe they just want to see how things develop. But they're
Maybe they need a push from a diplomatic team, huh?
They're really just holding their dicks in their hands, waiting for us to do something. It really sucks. Because if we had them, we wouldn't need the task force. We would just send them to go and kill everything all the time.
Interesting. Do they accept diplomatic envoys, or are they not?
No, they don't won't so much accept as so much as like steal and kidnap them. Because if they want to talk to you, they will talk with you.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
really
we aren't getting
weird because
bought.
they have like really short legs. Like, so like how do they move so fast? That's like our question.
I imagine we won't get ransomed.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, apprentice. Apprentice sounds safer. It sounds accessible.
I'm
Unless
still
you
more
have
interested
an.
in the Faustian one.
I am very interested in the Faustian one, but it sounds a bit beyond our capabilities.
We can reach
Unless you
out.
have any sort of.
We'll send some messages, see if they respond back. If they don't, you know, they may be like, yo, well, how do you know about this? This is a pretty big information leak, but, you know, imprisoning an immortal is kind of like taboo amongst most people. It's like, why would you do that? There's no point. They're just going to outlive you anyway, and they could do, like, it doesn't matter. It's some bullshit you guys don't care about.
Fair enough. I say we try reaching
Coralie.
out first.
You two are new to this team, so I'm going to explain to you what you guys are supposed to do and how we're going to alter this from now on. Clearly, Jerome's assassins are so goddamn numerous that they are seemingly wherever you guys go. Maybe now that our plants, as I suppose we had called them, are dead, maybe they will not follow you so intensely, and maybe you guys can actually move without unknowingly giving your positions away to our enemies. Alternatively, you know, we can send you on non-diplomatic missions and just make you guys, how do we say this, have access to third circle spells, which will help in cleansing the earth of anything non-immune to fireball.
Sound a bit like a sorcerer right now.
Third circle. I've only just begun with the first circle.
I would like to be stronger.
I bet.
I'm sick of this shit happening.
Cool. We will send a scout to go hunt down this apprentice. We will send a message to the fuckboys in the valley. And then in the downtime, we need to find you things to just, like, fight or to steal stuff. We'll think of some missions suited to that, where you guys won't immediately die. That being said, we're at war. No information is perfect. So.
If that one scouting mission is on the table, is that available still?
It is. We have not sent anyone there to my recollection.
Well, we could start there. Maybe after I get all of my spell slots back.
Yes, you both need a long rest, mechanic.
Cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Indeed. Indeed. So, to Helga and Coraline, they refer to a small ruined fortress, I suppose, on the border between Alcazar and Thorazor. If you don't know that, don't worry about it. I don't care to explain it to you. But basically, this is to get our foot in the door for diplomacy with Thorazor. If there's a bunch of bullshit in it, you guys should clear it out if you can. Otherwise, take a look at it, see what's there. You know, tell us if we need to nuke it from 6,000 feet in the sky, and we'll try to do that too.
Just to be clear, you wish us to kill everything, yes?
Oh, you need to kill everything. Right.
That's what I said.
Okay. You
Right,
two remember your
definitely
oaths
absorb.
to humanity?
Yes.
Not to fuck
Yeah.
with people in Tulst?
For sure.
Alright, cool. Tyrant's having to crack down on some people who thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. So try to remember that. We don't play.
There are some idiots among us that went against. Okay.
Well, you know. It happens. There's always, like, edge cases and the edgelords who are like, oh, the tyrant's a pushover, even though he's like a 19, 20-year-old who's in charge of an entire city-state due to how massively powerful. You know, just some really, really stupid dumb fucks. Think they're tough shit. So, you know.
Alden thinks to himself.
Okay. I can see you're having a big think. You should drink some wine and have some downtime.
Paradigm will go to the library and down 2 bottles of wine.
Cool. Antoine, what are you doing?
I do not drink anything, but I want to gather herbs. I want to practice my herbalism, in addition to, of course, studying, of which, you know, my magic, particularly illusionary magic. But I really want to kind of learn more about how to be a herbalist, how to be a better chemist. I'm kind of racked with guilt of not saving Aurelia, and also of killing killing Rembrandt, but not so much guilt for that.
He blames himself for their deaths.
What do you mean not so
Well-
much guilt for that?
Not so much guilt for that.
Alright.
I don't think anyone feels bad for Rembrandt dying.
8. I feel bad.
That's right to the heart.
But not
If Aurelia
reaching.
were dead, she would feel bad.
Fuck. Cortana, fuck off.
And that's why Aurelia
not
was my
reaching
favorite.
Aurelia time. So
Alright, you can start
Kind of-
looking for books, messing with herbs, but it's gonna... Training a proficiency is incredibly difficult.
yeah,
And time
I
consuming.
assume so much with the 90-day apprenticeship. So I was thinking, well, I'll just add it into one of the things that my character want to do, merely because of the regrets that have been experienced.
Understood. I just dropped the end of my pen and I cannot find it. For the life.
Yeah, I got
it's
2 spells
the
I want to
Good.
try and learn.
You know, like, it just like falls out. God damn it. Alright, where's another pen? Here's another pen.
Well, here's the technical difficulty of the stream.
Alright.
The pen.
During this long rest, Antoine and Paradigm both get, what is it?
To learn spells.
Well, not that. You get experience. You get 825
Oh,
each. Coraline and Helga, you guys both earned roleplay experience, but it was for your last characters, which we didn't give you because you guys, you know, weren't in a position to gain experience. And I feel somewhat regretful for that. So we're going to give you both 400 for the 2 sessions of roleplay, which transcend time and space and get you here. Sound good?
Very.
Sure.
Alright, Paradigm, Antoine, what are we at in terms of experience?
Uh,
Do quick maths.
5,070.
You're getting close to level 5, boys.
That is so painful to hear.
Yeah?
But yes.
Paradigm? Are you in 6K?
What's up?
Are you in the 6K bracket?
5985.
Nice. Good stuff. I think level 5 is 6,900. I could be wrong, don't quote me.
6500.
6,500. Ooh. You guys are super close then. Okay. Downtime will be had. Helga and Coralie, you guys are new characters, so we're going to start with you to see what you guys want to do in these next 7 days.
This is absurd. They summon us and then they tell us to wait 7 days for these 2. They couldn't even keep their friends alive.
True.
Yeah, that sucks. I don't know. I think They seem decent. I mean, Aurelia kept saying that they were her best friends, so they must be okay.
Oh no. She's gullible.
I'll have to take your word for it. What do you wish to do for this week?
Uh, I'm I'm gonna go visit my parents for a bit. And then I don't know. You want to hang out?
Sure.
Doesn't work.
Let's go.
Not with my parents though. You can't see them. No.
Are they invisible?
Sure.
Of course, my dear. Let's go take in that show that Aurelia always wanted us to see with her.
Oh yeah, sure. That sounds fun. Let's go see it play. I will understand it.
And that's what we'll do. We'll, spend time as people normally do when they have a week off.
You just go back to back watching shows?
Well, I'm gonna spend time with my family for a little bit. I'll
Okay.
probably go visit my mentor as well.
Alright. You do that. I haven't checked your character sheet because I was out earlier today. Or your
Yeah, that's fine.
background. So we'll have to keep that in the background for a little bit.
While Helga's busy with her parents, Corlene's gonna watch the airships, and she heard about a monk that came back in disgrace, and that he had a nifty pair of bracers. She's
No,
gonna see if those are available.
You misheard. He is out deployed on a mission.
Too bad.
He is seeking people, a cult within Tolst itself, which is building itself around the Tyrant. Which the Tyrant obviously does not want, because that would disrupt his ongoings.
Fair enough. Then she's gonna pester every airship captain in the docks and try to get tours and lessons and.
You can
Learn
get
what
on
you
these
can.
like ferry boats which fly. They're super dope, but super fucking slow.
Perfect.
Alright, cool. So a week will pass, but we should do Paradigm and Anshwa downtime real quick.
First, I want to try and learn Witch Bolt.
Which
First
bolts?
level.
First level. How many
Whoa.
spells do you guys currently know?
You want me to count?
Yes.
One,
Because you guys may have a book,
two,
but whether or not you're really like memorizing these or mastering
21.
them,
11, 12, 13.
Wait, we can master spells?
well, yeah, that's how you put them into your spellbook, nerd.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant we could get better versions.
No. That's
I know
using
21.
spell slots.
25 of them are for traits and or features, not
I
necessarily.
am closing you off for this level then. Get third level spell slots so that you can show that you've truly improved as a wizard. But 25 and 21 spells, way too much. You have enough to work with.
Can I abandon old ones and learn new ones?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay.
I will let that occur. But you guys are going to have so much shit in your arsenal that you won't even know what to do with. Wait, is this spell slots or is this cantrips as well?
Spell slots.
Like spell slot
Slots.
spells.
Slots.
Oh, spell slot spells.
Not
I was saying abandon those to get other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you include just those in your total?
Yeah, I didn't pick I didn't say
Yes.
cantrips either.
You have 21 spells
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
Alright, yeah, fuck you.
25 if you count cantrips.
Yeah, you guys have way too much shit. Like, can you imagine, like, alright, I know, like, 40 things, I wrote them down, but now I have to, like, truly fuck with...
Yeah. But you're saying it is alright to abandon spells to learn new ones?
Yeah. I suppose.
Okay.
You don't
I
necessarily need to go through each and every one with you, but yeah,
Yeah.
there's a few I do want to abandon.
Yeah. I will abandon absorb elements and alter self.
Okay. That's fine.
And first, I want to try and learn Witch Bolt.
It's a first level spell.
Yes.
Roll me a 1d20. As John pulls up his...
A 19.
Is a pass. So roll me a 1d2. Or 1d4. Doesn't matter. Perfect.
1.
One day, you jot down Witch Bolt. Super easy.
And then the second, I want to make sure I had a couple. Alright, this will decide. Alright, I want to learn... Fuck was it? Misty Step.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I know no Misty Step. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. Acid Arrow. Second level.
Mm-hmm. 1d20.
A 9.
Pass. You may add
And
it.
then-
Roll me 1d2 per day. Or per level.
Per level?
Yeah. Of the
We're
spell.
level 4, right? Oh, of the spell, okay.
Yeah.
3.
Alright. So 4 days of your week are spent learning spells. Whether or not you're resting, getting drunk, doing this correctly, I think that's good enough. You rip out some pages in anger. So you're like, I need to fight! I need to kill.
Oh no, his anger's gone.
Oh, okay.
He punched it out.
Good job. Antoine?
I remove. I remove snare,
Yes.
and in its place, I want to do something easy. In its place, could I put grease?
Yeah. Ozark has access to grease. He never uses it, though, because, you know, why would he?
Ozark has access to grease. That's a good statement.
It's true, he does.
Also, one more.
Well, hang on. Roll me a 1d20.
A 1d20.
Yep. Alright, and roll me a 1d2. Slash R 1d2. Alright, perfect. We have it. So one day you learn grease. And what's the next spell?
That would be removing color or cause fear,
Oh, rip Cossphere.
and adding a charm person.
Okay.
Hmm.
I need to roll this.
I was thinking about Crown of Madness, but I don't feel like it's on brand.
Alright, you say, Ozark, I need to learn Charm Person. Ozark looks at you like you're an... Why would you tell him this? He stares at you for a moment, Antoine, or the simulacrum does, and asks you, do you understand that Tyrant doesn't want anyone to use enchantment magic?
Oh yes, of course. I'm not using it on to manipulate people for mission critical things that I would need. Not
You
angry with me afterwards.
misunderstand.
I just like
Antoine, your reasoning
yes.
does not matter to him. He is
Okay.
the leader of Tulst, and the fact that you just said it aloud has just, you know, put a small little ping next to your nameplate if you could see it. I don't know how to describe this to you, but basically it's like warning sign, watch him, has just been like coded through the air through Tyrant's magic.
Oh, that's not a problem. I'm to be watched. It's great.
No. Okay. The fact that you are seeking this spell has put you on notice of your boss. Do you get that? Do you understand?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I can't teach you this spell.
Ah, it's a shame. Could have really, really charmed some people.
Yes.
I have to use my natural charm.
Yes, you will.
How about Longstrider? Longstrider.
Yeah, he can teach you Long Strider. That way you can outrun the blast a little bit quicker next time. Yes, spells known are much different. You sort of just get those, and that just becomes a part of you. Wizards, though, have to learn it the old-fashioned way, jotting it down in notebooks, playing with it. It's a lot easier to see when a wizard is trying to learn enchantment magics than it is like a sorcerer or a bard.
Man, imagine if I asked about Crown of Madness like I wanted to.
You have plenty of time to learn this evening with several days. But yeah. Anything else you guys want to do in your downtime before we move us to the next day or next week?
Paradigm will decompress.
You decompress.
Maybe look for a horse shiatsu.
I look for news on
A
my
horse shiatsu
island.
massage.
There's no news on that.
Not quite.
Which is
News.
actually kind of
Yeah.
weird. The last thing we heard was that Dirk Daggers, the guy in Mokapuni, the hunter, has refused to come home.
Yeah.
And ever since then, no one has been reporting on it at all.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
there's a hunter general officiary like censor going on through like news agencies, but Mokapuni is currently not being talked about at all in publications of Tulsa newspapers.
Is this alarming to me? This is alarming to me now I think of it. Why would there be no news? They sent an expedition there. In fact, they sent several.
Did they?
To find out one why Dirk Dadigans has, been gone for this long. He just disappeared. Two, there's been a bubble around it,
True.
so people don't really know.
Maybe people don't care, Antoine. Maybe so much crazy shit is happening that they just don't care about some island far to the south at the edge of the world. I mean, it's a colony of Big Stinky. Ugares doesn't even want to, have a part in it. Maelstrom doesn't, they don't care. Who would care about Mokapuni other than you?
Well, that's important enough for Antoine that he cares about it and he would want news about it. The fact that other people do not care about it doesn't cross his mind. It's the reason why he does this mission is because he wants to finally ask a fire elemental to return to his volcano. He's quite sad he didn't get to talk to Randy, in fact, to find more about Wetspot Piddlesworth and figure out why did he destroy it. So many things have been cut off from Anchoa, and so much time has been spent with off the island that he doesn't really notice that other people don't really care about the island. It's kind of everything for this particular, it's kind of what he's focusing on.
Well, you have downtime. You only learn 2 first-level spell slots. You've been using, all of your downtime to learn spells since we started. Maybe it's time to actually dedicate some of that time to investigating the things your character cares about. Rather than just say, John, I want to learn X spell. That being said, you have 5 days, Antoine. Is there something you want to research specifically? Other than just, what can I find in the tabloids? What can I quickly read or learn up on between, breaks of copying other people's spells into my spell book?
Air elementals. There's
Elemental.
we're talking to one. Yes. Particularly fire elementals. I suppose elementals in general.
Indeed.
I'd like to learn more about them.
Where do
I'd
you
like
go?
to learn more about. I would go to the library. That's where.
The
That's where.
archive.
Yeah.
Okay. John will check his notes, but he has to go run to the restroom one more time. So we're going to take our second break here. Whoa, we're going to have more than 2 breaks in one session, John. What the fuck? And with that, we will be right back. See you guys in a bit. everyone, we are back. And we are studying elementals in an archive. Does anyone want to assist Antoine? Antoine, do you, like, get anyone? Or do you, like, see your two companions and they like, fuck off immediately and you're like, well, I hope I see them again? Or,
I mean, if he
none
has
of you have done
Paradigm
team
would help.
building with your new friends?
I mean, they fucked off.
True.
If
If-
somebody asked to hang out with me, I'd hang out with them.
If Antoine asked Paradigm, he would help.
I definitely ask anybody who wants to help. Who, you know, it's not like in a coked out dream or something. Actually, this is not Aurelia. You're the new, different party. You're not the party
Yeah.
animal that Aurelia was. So
Yeah, I'm not doing
you would
drugs.
ask.
Yeah.
So you would ask his team for help if they know anything, or if they could help him study about the elementals in this continent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Helga, Coraline,
Paradigm.
you are, like, based within the court itself. So, like, you can leave at any time during your downtime and, like, go hang out in the town or go ride an airship ferry to some other part of the city. But, like, you guys can find each other relatively quickly.
Oh, do they have little radios?
Not yet, but you can get them then if it's important. I don't think everyone's mic'd up all the time. Especially during downtime when you're just tired of lugging around like a 5-pound battery and radio set with you. Or communicator. Shit, I'm getting sued by
Oh no, Ugares is coming for your neck, John. I can't wait for the day that John sets up a combat with himself with Ugares.
Yeah, I'm just fighting myself. Just with like a pen.
We're all just watching him fucking roll out against himself.
Anyway, Antoine gives out the call for elementals. Helga, you know fire elementals exist. And Hellish Rebuke, that's fire, right?
Yeah, I am definitely known for my studying abilities, for sure. I'm definitely a smart person to ask.
Your
I'd love to
party
help.
member invites you to a thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna help.
Alright.
If it's okay, I'd like to come.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
I
This
don't
is
know very
just a
much.
person.
I don't know very much about fire elementals. They don't appear very much under the waves.
They don't appear very much under the waves. Yes, you are
Ah.
correct.
Because fire goes out when it's wet.
Are you really memeing me right now? 7 int is not this dumb, okay? That's like
no.
2.
Please don't be Igor.
Guys, have you seen America? We have 7 int on average, alright? And here I am, okay? Don't fuck... Do not Igor me, please, Juliana.
Alright, let's get... John, Paradigm is gonna start, like, I don't know what everyone else is gonna do, but Paradigm's gonna start by researching the idea of summoning elementals,
Ooh.
or...
Conjuration.
Yes.
Antoine, where do you begin?
I begin by looking at locations on Toast where elementals have appeared, or what situations have they done, or what do they like, what are they particular fond of, and why would someone want to kill one?
Alright, I need some investigation checks. Assisted. You guys can split off if you guys want. Coraline can help either one. Helga can help another buddy if you guys want to do that. Or you could all make your own checks and help Antoine on your own.
Antra, your choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has the best investigation check?
Let's
I
not
have a
math
plus
it
6.
out. Can we not math it out and can you just choose
Okay.
one?
Okay. We can all individually check all our things. If we find anything, be sure to tell me. No worries.
Perfect. Antoine gathers you all up, says, spread out,
Oof.
gang, we're gonna go find them. And John looks at the rolls. We have a 19 from Coraline, very good. A 7 from Helga, more than we'd think. 21 from Temer, and Alden rolled a 9. Alright, so let's hit up the failures first. Alden, also known
Still a
as
little
Paradigm.
sauce in the system.
The Conjuration section has nothing on elementals. It is mostly to do with how to defeat things that are summoned rather than summoning things yourself.
I'm still gonna read into that.
All right. It basically, well, most of the books warn about creatures, specifically spirit beasts, that have the capability of self-spawning stuff or bringing in like shadows of basically ancient ruins that will assist them in combat. It is to slow down anyone who seeks them, and then the spirit beast would kill them. Kill the person these spirits latch onto. The easiest way to counter it is through mass AoE damage, normally through Fireball, Spirit Guardian, stuff like that. Just key spells to keep in mind. Spells you don't have access to yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know. Other than that, it's mostly just like, here's some basic things, what to do against conjured creatures that you have no control over. Don't talk with them, get away from them, fuck right off, because you don't know, like, their true power. There's also a book that was donated by a Piddles Wet Spot that you know, which is basically how to deal with a grimoire? Yeah.
Grimoire, the book.
Yeah, it's just a book dedicated to one particular fae and his encounter with them.
I will also read that.
All right, that's going to take some time. But
Okay.
Those are the biggest of interest. Helga with the 7. What are you looking for, Helga?
I am looking for any book that has elemental in the title.
All right, you find the like coolest. What do you call it? It's basically the water cycle, but with like dope pictures, and it just goes into extreme detail about how water elementals are like one of the core fabric of like the ocean, and like goes through this crazy like life cycle and ascends into like an air elemental, and then the air elementals descend into like the water elementals, and it's this crazy cycle, and they're dope as fuck, and you see that they are more or less immune to fire, and you're like, oh, okay.
Cool.
Next up
Ooh.
is the 19. Let's just go reverse order. Coraline, what are you looking for?
Coraline's actually looking more to gauge how competent her party mates are going to be, especially the 2 wizards. So she's
All right.
not actually paying all that much attention to the kind of books she's looking at.
Alright, we ignore the books. You investigate your teammates. The horse is probably the most interesting creature, just due to the fact that, like, horses don't live underwater. There's seahorses, of course, but he's clearly not a seahorse.
No seahorse, of course.
Yeah, he's mostly horse, and yes, the whole horse. This guy looks as though he has suffered and then recovered and then suffered and recovered again from like 2 sets of PTSD. He is a mystery and a half. Whether he's
5 at
competent
this point, thank you.
or not, you watch him like pull books, throw them back in, pull a new book, throw it back in, take one out, keep that one. So he clearly knows what he's looking for, despite what the 9 says.
I know books.
That's fair enough.
Antoine, you glance at him. How does Antoine look from an outsider's perspective? I suppose he is also odd since, you know, he has spells written on his body. So I assume, like, man, he must have got, like, laser tattoo removal to, like, get rid of the other ones. He forgot. We should rethink that later. He just looks like a man on a mission right now that is solely his own. And he's co-opted you into it, so I don't know how Coraline would take that.
No, that's perfect.
Alright. Antoine, my buddy, my friend, you search, and of course, you would get the 21. You are searching for elementals, the things they are, the things they want, and you find a book. It is titled, I believe, Observations of Elementals by H.P. Like H period P period.
Lovecraft.
I wish. Man,
just
if
not
I could
Potter.
get him to sponsor it, we would be super poggers. We'd be saying gamer words all... Okay. No, Harry Potter. Oh shit, it could be Harry Potter, couldn't it?
John,
Fuck!
you need to be banned for using the P word.
Yeah, fuck. Oh man. I gotta... Well, I'll tell you that story later. You find HP's book and open it. And inside is a very detailed account, although it is written in the old common tongue. Do you have comprehend languages?
I do.
Alright, you can ritually cast it if you have it prepared. Otherwise, you can wait and prepare it, right? That's how it works?
Wizards can
Ritually
just
cast
literally
means
from their
yeah,
book.
yeah.
Is
Just
that how...
ritually cast. Takes 10 minutes.
hang on.
Willie's ritual casting paradigm's just gonna set the 2 books he found next to Temer.
That's true. Hang on. Ritual casting. You can cast a wizard spell as a ritual if that spell has the ritual tag and you have the spell in your spellbook perfectly. You don't need to have this spell prepared because you're a wizard, not a cleric
Wait,
or a
what?
druid. Yes.
Ritual.
Oh,
Have you been wasting your spell slots? Or spell-
yes, I have. I've also been wasting spellbook space, or prepared spell space.
Yes. Good shit, my man Antoine casts comprehend languages on himself so that he can read this old testimony of this guy named H. Just very short, very simple. This guy... Oh, your camera's gone.
Oh,
Antoine.
my camera. Yes.
Rest in peace. I will
I am
copy.
still
Camera's
here. You
down.
can talk. You can
Alright.
talk. I'm still here.
H seems to have some sort of understanding about how elementals function. He supposits that the entire world is maintained like a garden, and the gardeners are the elementals themselves. They sometimes vie over creative differences, is how he puts it. They don't so much as combat one another in a hostile manner. So you'll never see like a wind elemental fighting an earth elemental. Instead, you would see wind punching into a canyon or creating a tornado to cause a new sort of natural phenomena. This is his entire theory, and it seems written in a time where magic was a bit more understood. He speaks with confidence as though he has spoken with them. He uses a lot of personal pronouns in his diatribe, saying like, I myself have seen this happen, I've spoken with them. And it goes on, but the real thing that you probably care about, Antoine, is the levels of elementals. They come in 2 to 3 types. There are lesser elementals, there are greater elementals, and then there is the mythical primal elemental. And supposedly, each one has a allotted amount of space or power within the world, judging by their, tier. And the primal elementals are the ones who control mass swathes of continents. And if you remember what was said at Mokapuni, you know that the primal elemental in Mokapuni has abandoned its claim to Mokapuni, and somebody else now owns that. And because someone else now owns that claim, the island itself is sinking. That is what your investigation check tells you. This takes a day. Everyone reads and watches as Antoine goes galaxy brain to the point where he just vanishes. He's like fully invisible. Because we can't see him anymore.
Helga, you might want to give him that book you found on the water cycle.
Oh yeah, really cool, really interesting. Here,
there's
it's
so
about
many-
the ocean. Oh,
there's
Coraline,
like a
you might
cute
be interested
water
about
guy
it
who's
because it's
just
the
like-
ocean.
Well, if Antoine
yes, of course.
is Antoine like reading all this out loud and like sharing the information inadvertently?
Antoine, we can't hear you.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
yeah. I was saying that if you ask, he would share it, but he's deep reading
Oh.
and thinking back to his time, thinking back to what he heard from Thruck in the midnight when he broke down his door. Thinking to back all the poor harvests that happened when he was there, telling all the people his advice, and just deep in thought, thinking, "Wow, we might really be fucked." And it's kind of dawning on him on how this is not an easy solution. Like kind of crashing down. His world is literally sinking, crashing down.
If Paradigm was to see that like look on his face of like, not the one that's all too familiar to Paradigm, he would go to Antoine and ask him what he's learned to try and take his mind off of it for a brief second.
I've learned that I will need to figure out who has staked a claim on my island, on how to save it from sinking into the ocean. I think it's an ocean elemental, maybe a water elemental or something like this.
Water
I'm
cycle
not
book?
entirely sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like a first grader comes in. Can I see that real quick, Helga?
Hey, even
Oh,
the
yeah.
smallest things
Sorry.
can be a big
Thank
help.
you.
I think I might need to destroy an elemental.
And
Why
Paradigm.
was
Oh, go ahead.
he thinks why was it destroyed in the first place? He doesn't understand this. The mysterious words given to him by Thruck was basically he didn't want the island to be enslaved. Like in a very vague way before he walked away. And he corrected himself, saying that he thinks that's what was happening. And then he walked away. Randy knew more than Randy told me for some reason. Was reluctant to tell me more. He knows that the fire elemental was destroyed by him.
You use the word abandon and destroy almost as synonyms. How do you know it's one and not the other?
I know very little. I'm piecing together quite a lot.
Because for all we
He's
know,
in-
Randy was just some beads that floated in the air. Sure, they held spells, but maybe your elemental was either forced out rather than destroyed. Paradigm's going to go on into the whole idea of magic can neither be destroyed nor created, rather that it just exists, and that it doesn't not die necessarily as much as it it comes back into a new form at some point, whether it wants to or not.
I would have to agree in the fact that it can't be destroyed. I've seen magic very much more powerful than I could ever create. And I've seen people kind of use it and it's all around us. I kind of believe that magic is kind of weaved all around us, and we kind of rip out of the ether this magic that exists in our environment. But also, he acknowledges that he knows so very little of this world, of things capable of destroying islands, of things creating entire planets or entire land masses, and these elementals living in these areas, or about spaceships. He trusts Randy in the fact that Antoine found Randy in a spaceship of some sort, cloaked in technology that he has no clue about.
That's fair,
And
but just because you didn't know of it doesn't mean someone else doesn't. What's advanced to you might be ancient to another.
that is true.
If only
Maybe.
we knew some really old wizards.
Now,
Oh fuck.
rather than destroy your elemental, whatever you believe is affecting your island, why not think about how you could weave magic to help bring back what you think is lost? Or alter what is already there?
How so?
If magic cannot
Then
be
you slide
destroyed.
the new
I slide both of
wizard.
the a little bit, but it's not. He's not trying to insinuate that as much as like changing your school. He's saying he'll slide the book of Pee Wee Wet Pants or whatever his name is, and
Yeah, Piddle's
the
Wet
book
Spot,
of that
which is a
guy,
name you recognize, Antoine.
and the book of destroying elementals, or rather, the avoidance of their pull on people. Would that be a good way to put it, John?
Not really. It's basically just a guidebook to hunters and huntresses who used to train under Ozark, well, under his guidance. It's just it's basically like a tactical survival guide, more so than
Okay.
literary analysis on what is a summoned creature.
Either way, that's still useful to the idea of what Temer's getting at. But why not help the elemental that lived in your island come back? Rather than find out where he went, why not help guide him back to where he was?
That
Don't you have to
sounds.
find out? Don't you have to find out where he went before you can bring him back?
Maybe, but the manipulation of essence is more powerful than any of us can understand or believe. I'm sure there are things even Ozark can't fathom. Or that Lich of Medicine, Necrodan, Clown Town, any of these liches. I'm sure there are things that even they can't grasp. And why not be the one to make the attempt, at least? And in that attempt, possibly complete your goal and save your island. Even if there won't be anyone to thank you, you'll know that you did what you believed you had to do.
Well, this all sounds good. And I have hope seeing these documents and these books. And immediately I look through the Piddle's Wet Spot book and I kind of stash it on me. And I remember the previous book I stole from Piddle's Wet Spot's house, or his pyramid house. I still have on me on that one too. It was a big blue book from Wet Spot. I look. Does it say a title? Like it did.
The
Like
blue
all I
one
could learn.
does not. No.
Okay.
It doesn't even
all
have
the thing I
anything
could
written
learn
in it.
before. Oh, okay. Before you said it had something written, but it was about something very unimportant to my interests. It was just
You know, it was dark. There was a lot of things. It was a chaotic time. But clearly, there's some fuckery going with this book right now.
And as he does it, Paradigm's gonna like put a hand on Antoine's shoulder and tell him, whatever you may need and whatever help you might need, I'll lend a hand wherever you need it.
thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. I just met you, Helga. Thanks for the pop-up book about water elementals.
Yeah, it was helpful, right? It was really helpful.
It had little waves that moved if you messed with the page
Yeah,
enough.
the little tabs that you could like pull out to the side and forward.
It's so fun, so pretty.
It was pretty cool. All
And,
right.
Engineering.
Is it Colleen? Is that your name? Colleen?
It is pronounced Coraline.
Coraline. Okay. Merci beaucoup, Coraline. I don't think. I'm sure whatever you did was very helpful. Can't quite remember what Coraline did to
You know,
aid
that's
me.
her thing, Angela. She doesn't have any books on her. She's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were so engrossed in your own study.
yeah. All right, you guys can try to leave the library, but Antoine cannot. The book that he is trying to conceal and leave with is tethered to this room. So, like, he is, like, moving forward, and then he finds that his robes or his jacket have been, like, trapped caught on something, and he looks down, and the book is just, like, pressed firmly against this fucking force field. So that someone can't
Then
just steal Ozark's, like, archives.
And so, okay. And so he brings out his quill, his trusty quill and ink, and opens up a scroll and says, it's time to get down, to be wizard like a wizard usually does. And immediately starts to scribble down everything in this book.
You're going to copy the book by hand. All right.
Can I cast Longstrider on me and copy it back?
Antoine will
Works on
spend the
hands,
rest
too.
of his week getting an account which he could have just read normally. It basically says that this fairy named Phalanor forced him to unleash 4 druids as part of a stupid island challenge, and he gave somebody cancer doing it. He spoke in rhyme, he turned a shotgun into a magical weapon, and he stole somebody's name. And that's Phalanor.
Sounds interesting.
That just gave me an idea of what to look for next.
Anyway, the week comes to a close. The long rest is complete. You guys can regain all your health, resources, spell slots, stuff like that. Anything else we want to do before we fly? We ride? We go to
We ride.
Alright.
We should fly. Every opportunity we should fly.
Indeed. And this will be a trip made partially by a civilian... Oh, what the hell? It's a fucking spider just flying across my room. What the hell? Just going up. Alright, see you later. I'm literally watching like the physics engine of our world break. What the fuck?
Does it have any identifying marks?
It's just a tiny little thing. I'm not gonna fuck with it. It's just a baby. I'll fuck
It's
with
gonna
it when
eat
it
you.
gets bigger. Good. It can. You guys, how are you gonna get there? It is in the middle of the Jorgen River Valley between Thorazor and Alcazan, several hundred miles away. They have an idea. While an airship is going to Destry to help reinforce it, they would send you guys out or just drop you off there, either via parachute or through civilian air, or like basically an interceptor, just an attached craft, which could maybe make the journey back to Tolst.
I have a question.
But then someone would need to fly that back. What's up?
How would parachutes work with my horse body?
Badly.
Badly. You'd probably die.
I suggest Featherfall.
Okay.
A scroll of Featherfall, please.
Do you have 100 gold?
I can cast it myself then.
Okay. Cool. Well, you guys can feather fall from an airship, I guess, if you don't care where you're going.
We should also take the small flyer in case we need it.
Does anyone
I
know
can-
how to pilot an airship?
I've seen many ships. I have lots of
Not in
experience.
the slightest. I don't even think I could operate the controls with my hooves.
Alright, well, it's not insured, so if you break it, you're gonna go into, like, severe amounts of debt. This is what Schmitty, the airship enthusiast, who...
Oh no,
works
not
at-
another Schmitty.
No, it's Schmitty again. He's back. This little hobbit-like creature with no shoes, wearing a suit.
God.
A business suit, as though he got promoted recently and is now, like, in charge of corporate affairs rather than, like, being a mechanic anymore. He's back.
Good to
Maybe
see
let
you
me
moving
take a
up,
look at
Schmitty.
it first, and I will see if I am familiar with it.
Please tell me he immediately crashes into a wall.
Why? He's not driving it right now.
Oh, I thought that's what he meant.
You can go inspect this thing. It's more of like a rather large glider. It's basically just a big old box with wings that's been reinforced with metal on the interior. It doesn't have much in terms of like a mechanical engine, so it'd be like really simple to fly. Like a child would be able to do it if they had proper instructions. So as long as you know like how to read the airflow and to read a altimeter and keep balance of this vessel, you should be able to fly it.
I have proficiency in navigator's tools and water vehicles.
You should be able to do this. It's just slightly harder than a regular boat. Because you can see like water coming and a wave coming. It's just the, what do you call it? If the wind pushes you at a funny angle and throws your vessel into like upside down, like this is not like an airplane, right? Which has weight to it and can balance itself on wind. This is a stupid, unaerodynamic box that is dragged through the sky by a bigger airship.
Oh, so it can't actually fly to tolls by itself.
It can. It normally doesn't. It would rather be dragged.
Oh, okay.
That way it saves on its own fuel. Because these things have ranges, and those ranges indicate like how far in total can it go before it fucking falls out of the sky. And
no.
interceptors are the shortest ones.
Oh, I'm very familiar with this model. It is extremely unreliable. I think we'll take our chances.
On foot?
Oh no.
No.
No. We'll take anything over nothing.
I have a bicycle.
What's your name again? Coraline. Coraline. Has anyone warned you of what's in the wilderness? Generally.
Yeah,
Mountain
some
bike? He tries to
some
shove
sort
a
of
mountain
beast of the spirit. Yes.
When I first met someone from a different party, their entire battalion was almost destroyed by one, and they had grenades and rockets and guns.
In that case, Monsieur Smitty, is it?
Schmitty! There's a C.
Smitty, yes.
Yes. Smitty's
yes.
my father's name.
My new friend Paradigm will rent out this interceptor, and we will attempt to use it.
Rent out.
Alright.
Or take responsibility for whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
No, I am not taking responsibility.
I think you all share it, so don't worry about that. Well, at the end of the day, it's all of it going to the tyrant's bank, right? I love insurance companies. Schmitty says, totally a businessman and not a, Airship insurance.
Used car
salesman.
sealer.
Coraline turns to Helga and says, I thought he said he was not insured.
I don't know. Maybe he lied.
I don't understand these people.
They're all crazy. Schmitty says about himself. Yeah, you guys can not. So it's not like a renting company. It's literally like this was bought for the tyrant's use, and now it's going to you guys. So it's insured in the way that it's financially insured, but it's like if you break it, don't fucking do it. Don't break the goddamn box.
I will
So if
cast
one of your
Arcane
wizards
Lock on
have
this one too.
enhance ability, it might come in handy when we need to fly back.
Nope.
Not at all.
Well,
Ancho, don't you have guidance?
No, do not
Oh, I
have
thought you
guidance.
did.
That's a druid or a cleric thing, I think.
Mm.
Not a wizard thing, man.
either way, you guys can hop onto this airship. It will be aboard what is currently called DD2. We're still waiting on, well, I'm not so much waiting as trying to come up with a name for the airship that was taken, boarded, and then sent back to Tulst. It is a crappy airship. They're just using it for simple scouting runs, basically, and to train.
The wretched scowl.
Yeah, it's a training airship, basically, for the dedicated pilots of the city. You will sort of be pulled along with it on a tether that can be released either by you or by the vessel in case something catastrophic happens and you just need to, go your own way. It has enough room. I think it has like 2,000 pounds of carry weight. So quite a bit, but with Paradigm taking a fourth or a fifth of it. A fifth? Yeah.
600 pounds.
Okay. Well then. You guys will have to be cognizant of your weight. You'll also be out in the wild, so let's do an inventory check. What do we want or need?
Gee.
Scouting
I still
missions
need to
can
add
be
all those
hard.
things you gave us for the last character.
Okay. Do you have
Yeah.
access to Rembrandt? I think I took away your access to your other characters, so
It's still on the list.
you can access Rembrandt?
Yeah.
Alright, then just...
I cannot.
Tamer,
I cannot
let's talk
access
about who
Aurelia.
we want to give that necklace to.
yeah.
Because before we go into anything, I think someone should be able to attune to it.
Okay.
At least be. Yeah.
Let's talk stats.
Really, you never put
I
your
have-
camel pack on your sheet. Rip.
No, I didn't, because I was weak.
Are you strong now, at least?
No.
Oh, God.
Are you weaker?
Not weaker, same strength.
I still managed to somehow carry the least of any of us at less than 40 pounds.
There we go. Julia, you now have access to Aurelia's character sheet. You may add that.
Okay.
Is there any other resources you guys need? Your money, Aurelia, is obviously gone. Destroyed.
Yeah.
Incinerated. Melted.
Alright.
Bedrolls. Do we all have bedrolls?
I
don't
need
have
a
a
bedroll.
bedroll. I need a bedroll.
Would need a bedroll.
Load it to the party
Yeah.
sheet. The party sheet now is your interceptor. Also, your civilian interceptor. It's basically just a crappy plane. Like a very terrible, terrible plane.
John, how much does a healing potion go for?
You cannot
And what
buy
grades
healing
of them?
potions.
Oh, that's right. Is there anything I could get in terms of healing?
You're a wizard. So spell scrolls of healing don't work.
None of us can heal, huh?
I can heal.
Oh, you have cure wounds?
No, I have what's it called?
Healing light.
Yeah, healing light.
Okay.
Celestial Warlock. Hype.
When it comes to scrolls, we can only cast spells and scrolls that are of our level, right?
Yes. It has to be
Okay.
on your spell list. And it has to be a spell level which you can cast.
Oh, it has to be on our spell list?
Yeah. No, like, your spell class list, not yours
Okay.
specifically. So, like, you can't cast Cure Wounds as a wizard, even if you have a spell scroll of Cure Wounds. Since it's not
I
on the wizard
understand.
spell list. But if you had Fireball, and you did not know Fireball, since it's on the wizard spell list, you could still cast Fireball scrolls.
Understood.
Yep.
How much does that water thing weigh?
It's dependent on how much water you want.
What's the least amount of water I can take?
Like, half a day. It's like
Okay,
3 pounds.
that's bad.
How much would a spell scroll of knock cost?
You don't need to hold your water if you just park your vehicle, is the thing, right?
True. Okay.
You can segment it out and get, like, a water skin rather than just have the camel pack. These things are
Yeah, I'll
built
do
to
that.
have a lot of water because they don't know how long you're going to be out. So you can, like, fill this bad boy up with, like, 15 gallons... No, I think 10 gallons of water is the max, which would be 10 days worth of water. Doing that would make it 70 pounds, though.
Okay.
I think it's 7 pounds per gallon. So,
Okay. I'll just leave it in the plane or whatever.
okay. How much water are you taking?
As much as I can if I'm leaving it on the plane.
Okay, cool. Dope. Put on the plane a water pack with 70 pounds on it.
John, how
Yeah.
much would a scroll of knock cost?
Is not
It's a
the
second level spell.
Then 200 gold.
200?
Yeah, it's 100 gold per spell level.
Fuck.
And you have to find someone to be able to cast the spell, obviously.
Okay.
Which, of course, Ozark knows. You know, he was a headmaster at an academy for young children. He's not gonna fucking let anyone lock a door on him. Can you imagine? Like, no, headmaster, you can't come in, bitch, motherfucker. Just casting it off. Dare?
Well, before we go, I guess I sell my... I'm just selling the 3 rubies.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, that's 150 gold.
Okay.
I
What-
stuck a month's worth of rations on the boat too.
Okay. That's good.
So...
Can I have a pistol?
What kind? Alright,
One-handed.
So it looks like a man or a hobbit named Runt took the only gun within all of the tyrant's things. Runt has a revolver with 4 bullets, and that was all they had.
Oh.
Can I steal it from Brunt?
Runt
How?
is in Destry, currently fighting in a war, while you guys are dicking
gotcha.
about on a scouting mission.
What do we
I-
think we need, guys?
I took a normal shield as
Yeesh.
well.
Okay.
What was that, Temer?
It's like this is a scouting mission, if I believe so. We're doing right. What
But
are the
we-
chances that we would need something in the woods? Like we're going to the woods, going to a scouting mission. What's
Well,
the
we're
most-
going to ancient ruins, right?
It's a ruined fortress. It's not ancient, but it has become dilapidated, and it's kind of like in the between Thorazor and Alcazan. So both people want it, but Thorazor like wants it. They like want it.
Personally, Paradigm would be wary of all ruins
Yeah.
after what he's heard. So, no idea of we might get attacked is off the table.
Okay.
I believe we should expect that we will get attacked at some point. This is kind of the idea of sending us out there.
Yeah.
They want us
no.
to scout it.
No. The mission is to go kill everything. We will be the attackers, not the attacked.
You say that.
You remind me of someone I knew. Anyways,
This is all right. What do we think we need, guys?
There are +1 short swords as well, Coraline, if you want those.
Any +1 daggers?
Maybe.
Are you a rogue?
No. There's no daggers, apparently. That's a really bad roll.
Then I will take a +1 short sword.
Alright,
Because if you're a rogue, you can use 2 short swords like 2 daggers.
it's true.
I cannot throw a short sword.
Also true.
You can try.
Oh, there are magical darts, though. Chad deposited his magical darts within the hold.
Nope.
Before-
I
What's
am a
all
knife
in the
person.
hold?
Alright. Not a lot. You guys haven't donated things that currently aren't dedicated to research. So there's like a superior healing potion. That's why they really wanted you to find someone to get a alchemist. Or to find an
Well,
alchemist.
we're still on that.
Yeah.
It's just we're still
they
waiting.
Have a healing solve that they need they need to fuck with it. They don't know if they can replicate it or not.
I guess the actual question is what's available at the moment.
A shitload of +1 longswords, boys. Oh my god, it is like the most common weapon ever. Like apparently everyone has one. There, I think is. Let me check. Get out of here, bug. Fuck off. John opens his folder, goes into City Armory.
Did they ever put those horseshoes in it?
Let me check.
Because that's something I genuinely would be interested in.
No, they did not. It's still on their party sheet.
Those fuckers.
Yeah. You would be aware that you are not a medium creature, or a large creature, and cannot wear it.
Oh, it has. I thought. Okay.
It's for a large size animal.
Okay. Never mind then.
So you know if you can
Well-
find a way to grow.
I mean, technically,
you're
wait.
Close.
If I cast enlarge on myself, and then have them put on,
Yes.
would they shrink down with me
That is a good question.
as being attached to me?
That is a good question.
I'm glad I'm gonna have to experiment with that.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you're glad.
Failure means your feet explode.
All right, moving on. Yeah, it does. We can delete that. Wow.
So
You guys haven't found a lot of cool shit, actually. So,
We haven't done much.
No, none of you have. You've just been going to missions. You guys need to set out, go and explore some ruins, where all the good shit is.
Well,
I thought we were the diplomacy team.
I guess if no one wants anything,
John
we should
may
address that necklace.
make a list of where currently known magic items are to steal from other city-states. Because some of
Okay.
them are known about and no one is truly using. Others are like, hey, what's this doing here?
Are there any robes of the Archmagos?
You wish, fuckboy. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
It
So,
doesn't sound like it.
let's talk about the necklace. Is there anybody who's going to be going down or on the front line, or like who's vulnerable? Like this necklace is particularly so when you go down, you don't immediately die.
Well, really,
Raise
it wasn't
his hand.
frontline, right?
That's
that, John?
fair.
Really,
It really
wasn't.
wasn't a frontliner.
No, she was not.
Hopefully,
Fair
I
enough.
guess. Who is
Question.
so? JC, your character's a rogue, right?
Mhm.
You have uncanny dodge and evasion, correct?
Not
No.
yet.
Oh,
He's
okay.
level 4.
That's at level 5 and 7.
Okay. Julia, you're a warlock. What kind of warlock are you?
Celestial.
So you don't have the tankiness of a hexblade.
No, but I mean, I have a spell that gives me temporary hit points, so I might be okay.
What type of
False
warlock
life.
are you? What pact are you?
Oh, the tome.
Oh shit!
nice.
You can learn
That's-
like every ritual spell in the game then, huh?
Yeah, she can. But so you have false life, right?
I think she's talking about Armor of
Maybe.
Agathis.
Yeah, I have that.
Okay, that's also very good. So if I'm being honest, I can have 20 AC or 17 AC if I need to. Temer, I think you should have it.
I mean,
Because Aurelia, being a warlock, has innately double our health, or the ability to have double our health. JC will be able to have damage, or have full damage, or be able to just dodge things outright. You, on the other hand, I mean, you have shield, right?
I do. I have an armor class of 11 without anything, but if I prepare, I can do mage armor, and I can shield.
Okay. So I guess
But I'm still very squishy. Like I'm a wizard. I mean,
that goes for both of us.
this is kind of. I think you're pretty much stronger than me, but I don't know exactly what your. I don't know what
19.
your stats are.
19th strength, 15 dex, 15 con, 18 int, 9 wisdom, and 14 charisma.
You got god rolls.
Yeah, that's why I'm called the Godchild. John named me that, by the way.
I mean, you know, when you roll like a
Poor
god.
Julia rolled what, like 3 7s?
Oh yeah, I have some pretty shitty stats.
I'm sorry.
But
It's okay. I think
stats
it's funny.
don't always like play into.
No, I don't want the necklace. I think it's between you two.
Yeah. So I guess
I just think.
which of
I
us
just
do you
think
think should have it more?
I mean.
Why don't you just go with whoever's got it
much
attuned
more
right now?
squishy, much more squishy. I think my character is much more squishy.
And it sounds
Then I think
like
you should
have it.
Claw holds on to it.
So I think you should put it on and attune to it while we're on our way to the ruins.
Oh yeah, he's still has it. He hasn't done anything. Hasn't taken it off or something like that. It's still on him.
Oh, you've been wearing it?
Yeah.
Oh, then you're already attuned, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I think that covers everything, John.
Dope. Any final people you want to talk to? Because you might not come back. As we all know, the last
Wow.
diplomacy mission, like, was supposed to be super simple. Now we're doing something super simple again, but you never know what's out there.
I mean, I said bye to my sister.
All right.
Paradigm thought for the last time. That's it. That's all he needs.
But while we're
sure-
getting ready to leave, Coraline's gonna go to Helga and off to the side and say, "Dear Helga, remember, if things go bad, and I do not trust these two, they failed before. Just stay behind me and run first. I'll cover you and join you soon. We'll leave the other two to the fate that their friends had."
Hey, you got it. I'm down.
Is he Is Caroline possessed by some kind of weird animal?
No, I think they're just
Not that you know of.
And honestly, I would not blame them for leaving the wizards to die. All right, Helga, anyone you want to talk to before we head out?
I run and say bye to my parents, but I don't tell them where I'm going or what I'm doing.
That's fine. They're like, wait, aren't you supposed to be in class? And you're like, goodbye, forever, potentially.
Yeah. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's just a really hard class. I might not come back. Whatever.
Okay. They're like, what?
Oh God.
What? What does that mean? And then you're fucking just out.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys board an airship. The airship is attached to another airship. That airship begins to fly south by southeast. You will be tugged along to save on fuel because it can just propel itself. Well, you will glide and be pulled. And then, eventually, you will hear upon your microphone, like, hey, you guys are over the drop zone, it's time to break off. See ya, good luck, don't die. And your tether will unlatch from the other airship. We will hand wave where exactly you want to land. We're going to assume that you know where you're going. So next time we begin our session, we will be rolling our first airship piloting check.
Uh-oh.
So
Uh-oh.
after we either survive and crash or survive and land, we will go scout out a unknown fortress between a no man's land in the wilds of the Yorgan River Valley. So guys, thank you so much for joining me, as always. Next week, I believe I need off. I accidentally double scheduled myself because fucking Euro people live in GMT land, and I fucked up, and I'm kind of dedicated to doing that, which is super unfortunate. So to spite everyone else, the other two parties, I will force them to miss a session the week after that as well. So we will be seeing you guys on the 29th, and then we will not be seeing anyone on the 31st, nor will we be seeing anyone on the 3rd. And then we'll see you guys on the 5th as normal. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Team, take care. Don't die. Everyone, Rumble Roar, thank you so much for joining us. Tamer, thank you for having a command, and we'll see you guys next time. Woo! Bye.